Yeah. Yeah. You know the deal. Judah Ben. Yeah. Chill and reset. It's Tommy from the BX. Boxing is the attitude. Survival is the reflex. We taking over. We got now and we next. Cowards jock the style, so he birthed a lot of rejects. His YouTube algorithm is an asterism. You can tell cowards fake from their mannerisms. They all settle less. Chromosomes double X. If you try to cross time and you in trouble, yes. Cats begin alive crying on the internet over their opinions. Faggot, I ain't into that. He got a catalog of long, deep interviews. That's the resume when you deal with Mr. Dillamouth. We can keep it civil or it get physical. You can take the window or the stairs, whatever interests you. Chime in, cause you might learn a thing or two. Mr. Dillamouth, knocking out your wisdom too. Yeah. Yeah. You know the deal, son. Judah Ben. Tommy from the Bronx. I had to spin the block again. Word 'em up. Shout to the BX. New York City. East St. Louis in the spot.
Champion of the world. Shout out to TD Sports. TD Sports. Let's go check.
We are back, baby. We are fucking back. We are back. Classic. We are back. We are back.
What's good? What's good, everybody, man? Happy Friday, man. Hope everybody is doing well. Man, we got a big fight weekend, man. Big fight tomorrow. Pay-per-view here in my city, New York City, down in the Barclays in Brooklyn. We got a big fight at Super Welterweight, 154 pounds, unification bout. Undercard is pretty good too. I'm really amped up for this undercard too. I think I'm going to be really entertained with some good boxing tomorrow night, and I can't wait. We're going to be, I'm going to open the panel, come up. We're going to talk some boxing, make our predictions, have some fun. You know what I'm saying? And see what's the good and bad of this fight. You know what I'm saying? And why it help the sport, and maybe why it doesn't help the sport. You know, and today I got a different co-host today because everybody's busy. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they're getting ready for the big 4th of July weekend next weekend. But my man BVO, I know he's getting ready for the big 4th of July weekend next weekend because I'm gonna go see him, when Abdullah Mason fights Albert Bell. I'll be in the building, and my man BVO, I know you're going to be in there. What's good with you, bro?
Hey, man, salute to the fam, man. Appreciate you having me on, man. I'm excited to see the execution of Albert Bell. I think they're going to hang him up like a coat. Can't wait to see it.
That's a tough fight. That's a tougher fight than Cordino was going to be, in my opinion. I think Albert Bell is going to give him a little bit more problems, and they have some history. I'm sure we'll talk about it a little bit next week. But I'm excited for it. I think we're in for a way better main event than what we were going to get.
No, but I like that you're trying to sell the fight. I don't know how much they paid you to say that. This is going to be an absolute beatdown. It's going to be a cremation. But whatever they paid you, man, tell them to send me some money. My God.
Salute to everybody in the building that's coming through, and I'll shout out as you come through. My man Stormy B, man, in the building. Salute to you, bro. Hope all is well. My man Frontline in the building. Que lo que.
Hey, Frontline. Right, shout out to my man Frontline. The man just dropped off David Benavidez's baby, man. Shout out to my man Frontline, man. Salute to the sensei, my man Stormy B, man. Salute to the old man. Appreciate you coming through, man.
I'm gonna drop the link. I'll let people up shortly as when people start coming in. But
don't let Frontline up, man.
BBO and BBO Benavidez Jr.
He just had a baby. Don't let Frontline up here. He just had a baby. My God.
But we know BBO. He's a big giant Opataya guy. You know, that's the tribal chief, right? That's what you call him, the tribal chief.
Hey man, the hate from you, Uso, is crazy. I'm just down with all my Samoans and Polynesian people, man. That's what we do, man.
Salute to my man KG, man. Salute. Hope everything's well with you. But yeah, let's get into it, man. We got a big fight. I'll start with the undercard, you know, a little bit until more people come in the building. But we're gonna have a showcase fight to open up the card. I don't know if he's first or second fight, but Juanma Lopez de Jesus, he's gonna be on the card. He's gonna fight this guy Alberto Motos. You know, doesn't seem much of a challenge as Juanma's favored by minus 3,500. That's 3,500 to win 100, while Albert Motos is getting plus 1,100. I think this is a good look for the card, right? Because they're trying to get, you know, the Latino fans in the building to help support Xander. So they got a Puerto Rican, a guy, you know, that Zayas is good friends with as well. You know, Juanma Lopez, anybody knows who Juanma Lopez, you know, his father was, you know, he was a great fighter with in himself. You know, he did lose those 2 fights to Salido, kind of messed up the fight. We wanted him to fight against Gamboa. That was the one, but that's his son. He's Juanma Jr. They call him Juanma Lopez de Jesus. He's 5-0 and 4 by knockout, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm pretty excited to see him. He'll you know, get in, electrify the crowd a little bit with a knockout. I got to see him in person a couple times. His debut, he starched someone crazy in his pro debut last year. So
they grabbed the guy right off the trash truck last year, and that's what we fought. So I mean,
he was matched up tough in his second fight. His second fight, he fought this kid from Puerto Rico, kind of a little rivalry, and it kind of sucks because it was only 4 rounds. He fought this guy Malik Quinones, right? Quinones Torres, and he was 2-0. So both coming up, they had a little bit of rivalry, and he dropped Juanma in that fight.
Yeah, because remember they sparred, and he crawled out the ring like a bendejo. So I remember seeing the footage of him crawling out the ring. So I mean, he got revenge when it mattered, but let's not forget the footage is on YouTube of him crawling out the ring like a bendejo, man. We seen that live.
I never seen that footage. I know he got dropped when they fought in the pros. In that fight last year, he got dropped in the first round. Ended up winning a split decision. Kind of controversial, a lot of people say, but nevertheless got the win. And then he actually got another. He actually didn't get a stoppage in this last fight. I thought he did. He won by unanimous decision in his last fight. So he's only got 2 wins by way of knockout, but he does possess that knockout power. He fights, you know, at the little guys' weights. A lot of people don't like them guys. You know, it's a southpaw. He fights at 115. That's the super flyweight division. So, but nevertheless, I think this is good that they're showcasing him, you know, in for this fight to try to get more of the Puerto Ricans in there. And you know, they got a couple other Latino fighters on the card as well. As you know, your guy Emiliano Vargas is in the co-main event.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this about Emiliano. I've actually lost almost all faith in him. His contemporary, his direct contemporary Abdullah Mason's already champion and defending his belt. I really feel like Fernando must see something that we don't see because Emiliano has not stepped up in competition at all. This is another cab driver who he should knock out and stop. And I think how many more like sparring sessions do we have to watch from him? When are we going to see him actually fight somebody of note? Because Emiliano has a huge mouth, but you know his actions are not matching up. I say this all the time in the doghouse, man. He say he getting money, but we ain't seen nothing. And I think Emiliano has been a complete disappointment up to this point, if we're being totally honest.
Okay, well, I think he's got a tough opponent for where he's at in his career now. He's fighting this guy.
Stop it, man.
Listen, he's going to have a lot of. He's going to go against a guy that's going to have a lot of fans in there as well. They're coming out of Syracuse, New York. He does sell out upstate. He's fought upstate a bunch of times. 22-1. Bryce Mills. He only got 9 KOs. The thing about Bryce Mills, he has an MMA background. He said kickboxing, so that's MMA. And I've seen this guy win a fight by throwing an elbow. So that's something to look out for. Obviously, Emiliano pointed out the press conference as well. I do have the video up on my channel. And the short, I posted it last year where he knocked out Aaron Aponte in the first round with a straight forearm right to the forehead. So
and see, this is what I be talking about. This is what I'm talking about with my co-host TD Sports. Hypocrisy of this whole thing. The dude Emiliano, and I'm a guy who wants to see him do well. The fact that we can't hold him to any kind of standard is disgusting. That's kind of where we are in boxing now, where guys want to, kind of boost dudes up who are not doing nothing. Emiliano has done nothing. Emiliano has pretty much been touted as the darling of Top Rank. I could say he's gotten as much attention as Xander Zayas for not even a quarter of the work. And I'm just saying, at some point, can we get paid off our investment, or we got to keep seeing you in there with guys that have no chance?
No, I think that's a fair assessment. But he is ranked. I believe he's ranked in WBO right now. He's like 1 or 2 right now. So he's up there.
It's the same guy who said he was open to fighting Devin Haney. It's the same guy who his father got on a whole press tour and said we would love to fight Gary Antoine Russell. And then when Gary Antoine Russell responded, we never heard nothing again about it. So what I'm saying is this hype? I mean, or is this, what is this guy? You know what I mean? I don't know what he is. I think I'm starting to think he is a pretender. Don't get me wrong. He's a handsome kid, so I get that's probably why they want to sell some tickets. But as a fighter, he's been an absolute disappointment. An absolute disappointment.
I think being a little bit too harsh, but I get it. I get it because that's what Top Rank way.
Who even talks about Emiliano Vargas but us? So let's not even play like this dude's not even a player in the game. I mean, he's one of the most arrogant guys you can meet. Oh no, I'm talking about maybe it's not him, maybe it's his team that's so arrogant on how they, work with this guy, but he ain't fought nobody. So you telling me when we try to bring him on the show or we try to talk to this guy, it's tough to do that. He got these buffers, but he's not fighting nobody and he's not doing anything of note in the sport at this point. Do you realize Abdullah Mason's already champion and defending now?
Well, Abdullah Mason's on another level right now.
They're supposed to be on the same level. Remember we heard him. Hold on. Remember we heard Emiliano say he would love to have the Abdullah Mason fight at some point. That'd be his super fight. That's what he said. You see what I mean? I'm holding him accountable for what he said.
It's still fairly young, and I believe they'll get the opportunity eventually.
I mean, I'll ask you this, Sean Ross. God damn, how long do we have to wait? You keep talking about another year. I mean, how much longer do we got to wait to figure out if we got the goods or not? He hasn't even been in a fight where we can say if he has a pulse. Has he even been anywhere remotely in any real trouble? Every guy he's fought, he touches and they fall down. That's not boxing. That's showcase after showcase after showcase. It's looking like a hype job to me, and I'm just being honest. And I love Emiliano. Actually, I don't love Emiliano. I love his father so much that I want to support his son, just to be totally honest.
But the other two brothers are kind of like knuckleheads. I think Emiliano's taking it a lot more serious.
Fernando Jr. should get that name back. He stinks. The other one, he's fighting security guards and running from his big brother in the lobby. I mean,
you're right.
That's the problem with boxing. And see, when you like BVO, you want to give a real take. People get upset. They call me names. They call me Negro, all that stuff. You know how you got to do. So it's just for me. I just want to call what I see. What I see with Emiliano, if that was a black fighter, they would call him a disappointment. He has fought for no titles. He has really brought nothing to the table other than wearing nice suits. What has he really done? Not a damn thing in the sport of boxing, just to be honest with you. He hasn't done anything.
Okay. I mean, 17 fights, I guess. All right. You're entitled to your opinion. I think you're making some very good points. I just think you're being a little bit too harsh.
Where's the return on the investment, Tom? This is the thing you got to remember. They've given him every great look you can get for a fighter of his talent or at his level. And I'm going to put it like this. When Shakur had 17 fights, he wasn't getting the looks that the so-called El General is getting. I'm just being honest. I've seen people come through the top rank tree and they never got these kind of looks. And he's getting these big time looks on big time cards. And when the hell is he going to fight somebody? And if I'm wrong for saying that, forgive me. But when the hell is Emiliano going to fight somebody?
You know what? I give you that. He's already on a pay-per-view and a co-main event on a pay-per-view. So I see what you're saying.
He looks the part. So of course, shout out to my man TD. He's gonna show him some love because he got a silk shirt on and a beautiful suit. But at the end of the day, I don't care about the beautiful suit or the silk shirt. Can you fight or not? Because every time we seen Emiliano, we was there when he was on Xander on that Xander fight when Xander became champion for the WBO. He was already dressed and had his cologne and a suit on sent by his girlfriend because he knew the guy he was going to fight. I think he touched him and the guy disappeared. So what I'm saying is this. I want to know what we got. What's going on in boxing has been disgusting. It's so much matchmaking. It made me think Chris Colbert was a good fighter. We got to actually know what we got because Emiliano was getting looks that a lot of black fighters never got. I'm just being totally honest. Or even some Mexican fighters never
You're
got.
right. Yeah.
Jermaine Ortiz, who we seen in the amateurs, who was a monster in the amateurs, he never got these looks that El General got. Never. And he fought Lomachenko. And in my opinion, fought Lomachenko better than a lot of guys. He just didn't get the win. But we talking about a guy who keep getting big time looks who's doing nothing. When are we going to call it out? And I'm going to call it out today on TD Sports. That's what we got to do. We got to speak truth to power. We can't be afraid.
You're right. He's already, listen, you know what? You bring up a great point. He's already a co-main event on a big pay-per-view card tomorrow, right? Which I think there's other fights in this card that should be the co-main event. And that was before I bring in Frontline. And Frontline, you could cook after this. I think Cedeno versus Jahai Tucker should be the co-main event. I think that's a good 50-50 fight. But I understand your point. And
Champ Ross. That's the problem with boxing. You dudes be wanting to pamper these guys. Remember what happened with his father was his father. His father was remembered and revered for the man he was. I'm talking about his son who's getting put on this pedestal, who's done nothing in the sport. They talk about Emiliano El General like he's somebody special, and he ain't fought nobody. I'm gonna tell you that. I'm gonna tell you something. Right, we got a guy. Shout out to he's a friend of the STN. You telling me Jalil Hackett is about to fight Sergey Devinchenko with the same amount of fights as Emiliano Vargas? What the hell are we even talking about? What the hell are we talking about? What I'm saying is this. He's getting looks that other fighters never fucking get. Excuse my language. But we want to sit here and boost this dude up. At some point, when I see Emiliano Vargas with these fights, I want to hit him in the head with a tomato. I'll throw some popcorn at him because he's wasting my time. And I think it's unfair, and it's showing you that hypocrisy and pedigree mean more than what you do in the ring. And that's a damn shame.
Okay. Listen, I respect it. Frontline, what's good, Frontline, man? What you got on this?
Yo, I only came up here to say one thing. BVO, whatever David Benavidez did to you, I mean, I know he left you with a child. He ain't trying to pay child support and shit like that. I get it. But you can't take out your frustration on the rest of the Mexicans because one Mexican did you dirty.
And you know what's so funny, man? In my old days, you know what I would say? I would say, hey, man, maricon. But I'm not going to say that because my brother. I'm not going to say that.
You don't even know what maricon means.
I don't?
He does. We don't want to say it we don't want to say it, though. Go.
Maricon. You're saying maricon and pendejo like you know what they mean. You don't know what they mean. Maricon for certain Latin cultures mean one thing, and then
I'm talking about what it means to the Puerto Ricans. I think you're a Puerto Rican. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, if that's the case, yeah, I know what it means.
Yeah, you keep talking crazy. I'm gonna send your ass back to San Juan, bro.
Yeah.
We're not.
Keep talking about Benavidez. He might drop another one off on your ass.
But I'm gonna say this. Let me say this because you're my brother and I love you. I think when I'm speaking about David Benavidez, I think I've made a commitment to myself and to the STM to speak truthfully. This guy, David Benavidez, has been terrific. He's been out of sight. But the moment a real challenge emerges, it almost looks like he's running from it instead of trades to it. The reason why we hold Oscar De La Hoya, you call him fishnets, lipstick and lace. The reason we hold him at such a high standard that Oscar looked for challenges. Oscar was a gold medalist and he went after it. Oscar didn't have to fight no Floyd Mayweather. Oscar didn't have to fight no doggone Manny Pacquiao. But because he had that intestinal fortitude and the desire to be great, if you say my name, bring your ass. That's what he did. You got to remember, he was whooping Bernard Hopkins' ass. And he got caught. And you never heard. That's the thing about me watching real boxing. These real fighters yesterday, they never made the excuses these guys make today. They don't, and they never did. So what I'm saying is this: the moment a real challenge emerges for David, all of a sudden I don't want to fight on Zuffa because whatever. All I'm saying is I think David is better than that, and I'm so tired of him and his dad. And his dad is a personal friend of mine. I just think him and his dad are playing a con game, and I'm tired of the con game in boxing. It's destroying the sport.
Friends like that, who needs enemies?
Yeah. Yo, salute Dr. Eugene. You up next, and salute to my man Just Do. Go ahead, Dr. Eugene. What you got on this?
I came up here, but then he started using big words and shit, and I got confused. And I was like, damn, yo, let me just sit down for a second.
Okay. Well, we're talking a little bit. We're starting off with the undercard before we get to the main. So I brought up Emiliano. I just brought up Cedeno versus Jahai Tucker. You know, if anybody want me to read the odds, I got the odds up here for.
Can I say this before you read the odds, T? And I'm gonna say this, and this is why I love TD Sports. This is my guy. Because we, you know, in his case, I don't know anybody that works harder than TD Sports, man. You know, we always laugh and joke, but he's running around there like Pac-Man, dude. He's out there shiny shoes, passing out flyers. He does whatever he has to do. But I think the thing that we speaking, I think I'm serious. I think the thing that we don't do enough in boxing, especially in the YouTube YTBC, which is our space, we got to remember this is our space. We do our thing here. This is our place. We don't speak enough about the truth. And the truth is, a lot of these guys get so much credit and so much adoration, and they do nothing for it. You guys got to tell me, what the hell did Emiliano ever do to get the kind of love he's getting? Other than be a guy, a couple guys want to, you know, a couple guys would say he dresses well. This is not De La Hoya. De La Hoya was kicking ass. I don't think people realize that. Flo was kicking ass. Say what you want about Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner is a 4-division champion. Some of these guys will never sniff that. So that's what I'm saying. What the hell are we watching with him? I don't want to see another tune-up. This guy, he's going to kill. For what do I want to watch that for? He's at 140. Either you're going to fight the guys you say you're going to fight or shut up forever. The man said he was going to, his father said, his daddy said, we want to fight Gary Antoine Russell. Gary Antoine Russell answers him, all of a sudden, Emiliano, I'm still a prospect. Oh, I'll fight Devin Haney. Devin Haney said we can get it. I'm still impressed, so I don't want to hear that. All I'm saying is there's too many pickle pullers and guys that are just standing behind this dude who's not. It's not making sense. He got to fight somebody, bro. You realize these guys ain't fighting nobody. We see Richard Hitchens wait till a guy lost a belt to actually challenge for a belt. How the hell is that boxing? That's just playing chess. They do that shit in the amateurs now. Guys in the amateurs now, and it's killing the sport. So forgive me for my passion. My bad. Let me get out the way.
No, you make some good points. I think it's fair to say that I think Emiliano is good, but I don't think he's the goods like everybody says. I still need to see more. But I think it's fair to say that if he wasn't, you know, Fernando's son, he probably wouldn't be getting the opportunities to be on some of these cards like than others. So I think that's a very fair assessment, because being in a co-main event this early in your career and really haven't fought anybody is huge. You know what I'm saying? So like that's big for somebody like, you know, Emiliano. I mean, he hasn't really put in that work like maybe others that might be deserving of this. I'm high on Jahai Tucker. I really like Jahai Tucker a lot. He's in a tough fight tomorrow. I think he deserves to be in the co-main event. You know what I'm saying? He comes in there, he works hard, you know, he comes in and fight. I'm not saying Emiliano's not, but and Jahai Tucker has fought some very tough guys already in his career. You know, his resume has been good. For a top-ranked fighter, Jahai Tucker's resume is pretty solid. So, you know, that's why, you know, Yuri Cedeno maybe not so much, but, you know, I know he has that amateur pedigree. You know, he was Olympian for the DR. So, you know what I'm saying? But I think Jahai Tucker, his resume is much better, and he's been battle-tested, you know, throughout his career. So I get what you're saying, BVO. You're 1,000% right. What's up, Justin?
I wanted to ask about the money, because I heard y'all was saying that, but honestly, I thought that either meant like really just a Mexican, or it meant like a kind of like a slur on a Mexican. But like, what does it actually mean? Seriously, because that's what I thought it meant this whole time. I really didn't think it was a bad word.
Marico means faggot in Puerto Rico.
Oh, I ain't know that. I really thought it meant like seriously. I really thought it meant like either a Mexican or it meant like like
If you
bad
if you
Mexican or
if you hear the Colombians call each other marica all the time. Like the short version of maricón, they call marica. The Colombians use that word a lot. That's why I said in the beginning, it depends on how you use the word,
Yeah.
because different Latin cultures, they use the word differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
Well, I'll bust you on your
BBO's
cool,
married to a Dominican, so he knows the meaning of
But
that.
can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Hey, but I wanted to talk about that, yo. You said David Benavidez. I don't like that. I get what you're saying with your take, but I don't like that take because a similar take could be like what's the fighter? Tank. Everybody say the same thing about Tank. Oh, Tank ain't never fight but it's only two people they talk about he ain't never fight.
You from Baltimore?
Yeah. But Benavidez, you saying
Well, I actually
it's only two people.
We don't. I don't want to
Benavidez
talk
ain't
about
fight.
Tank. I don't want to talk about Tank.
No, I'm not talking.
If you
I'm
from
using him
Charm
as an
City,
example.
what I'm gonna do is tell you, take your ass back across Charles Street. I don't want to hear about Tank. I don't want to hear about Tank at all.
Tank. I'm not talking. I'm using him as an example to let you know, not fighting two people doesn't mean that he's ducking people. And
So he's from the east side, I take it, right?
The two people, no, I'm from over west, I'm from Midway. But the two people that he didn't fight, there's a reason why he didn't fight those two people. Because the two people he's trying to fight, who has bigger names and bigger accomplishment and a bigger bag, is who he's trying to go after. He's not ducking those people because they said the same shit about Morrell. He was ducking Morrell, he scared of Morrell, then he whooped his ass, and then they moved the goalposts again. They moved the goalposts a bit of.
Can I say this to you, my brother? Can I say this to you, my brother?
Facts.
They moved it from Morrell to David. What's his name? To Baterviv, and then after Baterviv, then they moved it to Ja. Once he went up,
let me just say this because I have
Facts.
a hard
You
time.
just got BBO mad.
No, listen,
Facts.
I have a hard time with this disingenuous talk. This is what I'll tell you. It sounds good. It might even make you feel good, but I seen Roy Jones Jr. giving his phone number out during press conference. You might be too young for that. You couldn't say certain guys' names. They were going to. I seen Roy Jones Jr. give his phone number out. These guys wanted it. You guys realize, you probably too young to remember this. My man Pernell Whitaker got off the couch and fought Oscar De La Hoya and dropped him at 147. Mm-hmm. So what the hell are you talking about? I know what real boxing looks like. This isn't it. This is not it.
So who do you want him to fight?
Who?
You want David Benavidez to fight who?
I want David Benavidez to stop walking around with his vagina. I want him to fight Ja overtime.
You want him to fight Ja? He just got the cruiserweight, and now you want him to fight Ja. He never turned that shit down. He never turned it down. So you can't say he's scared to fight him. He never turned it down. He said, Ja, whatever the fuck you're doing.
What y'all saying Baltimore? Y'all say dummy, right?
Hold on. Whatever the fuck you doing over there, Ja, come over here and let's get this motion, yo.
Now, what David Benavidez said was that super belt you got means shit to me. You bring me a real belt, then we talking, because you ain't offering nothing for me.
Hold on. You missed it, bro. You just missed it. This man just got on his knees for David Benavidez. David Benavidez, he said he want to be the best.
You talking reality? You talking crazy?
Hold on. No, we speaking facts. This dude got the Ring Magazine belt.
Hey, BBO just had his baby, so it's all right, because he can't keep David Benavidez's name out of his mouth.
I put like this. Let me say that the reality is this. So if he's so great, right? He say he going back to light heavyweight, but behind the scenes, he runs to Mauricio, his new daddy, and say, "Hey, daddy, I want to fight Noel McCallion."
So what is Ja doing?
Ja has the Ring Magazine belt. He had it.
What is he doing? What is he doing? I didn't say what he got. What is he doing?
He about to fight Chris Smith next. The former WBO champion.
BBO, you think Benavidez is ducking?
Hold on.
With a straight face, he's saying that shit.
Listen, I don't care if you don't agree with me at all. What I'm telling you is what I've seen.
Hell with agreeing and disagreeing.
I just want to make sure I'm seeing the right stuff.
Listen, if you want my opinion, I'll give it to you.
This is This is why I clicked the link.
What is Ja doing to make this fight?
All right, one at a time, guys. One at a time.
That's what I tell you. Y'all talk about a dude in Ja Obatai who was putting on his own fights. Mm-hmm. He had got dropped by Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn said, I can't promote him. Dropped him. Cool. Mm-hmm. He put on 2 of his fights on his own. He said, you know what? I'm tired of this. His dad reached out. Shout out to Peter Khan. Reached out to Peter Khan. They ended up getting the deal done. So now they brought him over to the States. So he actually has moved his whole family and everybody over to Vegas. So he gets everything set up. We thinking we're going to get Ja Obatai versus David Benavidez. We know Noel McCallion went life and death with a guy named Badu Jack. We know he's not the best. So he's going to get 2 belts. David get 2 belts because we all know Zurdo sucks. I seen Zurdo have Dimitri Bivol bring the fight to him. He whooped his ass. Did y'all see that fight? Dimitri Bivol whooped Zurdo's ass. That wasn't no boxing match. He went in there and whooped his ass.
Lost to?
Man, salute, man. Salute, man. What's up with everybody?
What's up, man? Just do
salute, man.
Go ahead and True Zone. Thanks for coming through. Let me Just do is up here. Let you go ahead and cook, and then we'll go to True.
You can hear me?
Yeah. I hear you.
Go ahead.
All right, cool. Nah, BVO, I'm not a agree or disagree person. I just like perspective, man. If there's anybody that's moving the right way, it's David Benavidez. I mean, one of y'all mentioned it. One of the fellas mentioned it. They try to paint this duck narrative with Morrell. So he goes up to 75. They try to get him to fight Jesse Hart. He tells the PVC, no, I want Morrell because that's who the people want. He continues to beat the hell out of him. He goes up and beat a credible guy in Zurdo. Now, I know, people could say what you want, but losing to Bivol is not the end of the world. That's Bivol nice. He's one of the best fighters in the world. But the way Benavidez beat him lets you know exactly what kind of fighter he is. Now, this whole mix-up with the Ja Obatai stuff is simple.
Does the surgery matter at all? Do you just do that? He came off surgery or no?
Yeah. Hell yeah. These dudes ain't machines.
Zurdo came off surgery.
I mean, he would have lost regardless if that's what you asking me.
I agree with that. But I'm saying he was supposed to fight Ryan Wazicki first, coming off surgery, and he didn't. Oscar didn't make that fight, and that's what happened.
You know what the better fighter is? Zurdo a dog though, man. He tough as hell, but Benavidez is just different. So he gets rid of him. You get what I'm saying? And the whole time this dude been talking about being undisputed. So when you talk about Ja Obatai, what he's saying is very simple. Like, bro, I don't want no Zuffa belt. He trying to fight for the titles. If he could fight for the titles, then he ain't worried about fighting this dude. It's definitely not a duck situation. That dude been fighting everybody he's supposed to fight. And it's just certain people that you got to be able to recognize is moving the right way. He one of them, yo. He different.
Can I ask you this, Just do? Let me ask you this, Just. Do we see a guy who doesn't even talk? And Arthur, or what Bibble's wife called him, Arturo Beterbiev say, this dude is full of shit. He's supposed to fight me and chose Anthony Yard. So this is the thing. He fought Anthony Yard, who we seen Beterbiev beat the life out of. My whole thing is this. He's got a great reputation. I like David Benavidez. I think he's a terrific fighter. I talked to his dad all the time. He promised he's going to come on the show and cuss me out. I can't wait. But this is what I'm saying. At some point, when is he going to fight the best guy in the division? For me, a lot of guys don't recognize the Ring magazine. When I was a young kid, a lot of you guys are younger than me. That was the Bible of boxing. So this guy has the ring strapped around his waist, and you fighting on ring cards. Why can't you fight Ja on a ring card for the Ring magazine belt? It's just that simple. You could take whatever belt you want of it. You can fight for the lineal title. When Tyson Fury had the lineal title, when he's fighting Deontay Wilder, they was pushing him as a champion. But because Ja Obatai is a man of color, now all of a sudden, the lineal belt don't mean nothing. We don't got to fight him. This is bullshit.
I do.
Let me get that mic, man. Let me get that.
It do mean so. I just want to say this, man. They get the politics situated here, fight them. I think if it's anybody that fight anybody, it's Benavidez, bro. I don't think he worried about fighting Ja. It just got to be the right situation. Zuffa is a conflict. We hear his dad saying stuff he never heard him say. His dad talking about, what does he bring to the table? I get all of that, but at the end of the day, man, being over there at Zuffa is gonna cause issues with guys that want to fight for titles. It's just that simple. You get what I'm saying? If Zuffa is not going to block them for being able to fight for titles, then that fight is going to be a lot easier to be made. But I don't think he's trying to duck nobody, bro. That's
Has
not the
Zuffa
kind of
even put
fighter
on a
he is.
major? Has Zuffa even put on a big card yet? Like
No,
that card where it's catching the attention of the boxing fan?
no.
I mean, I don't know. It's another promotion company because they haven't went to
I
the
ain't seen
conference
him
yet.
do anything. I was want to talk about the Jaron. I just want to get my little spirit real quick on the Jaron and then the Zayas.
Oh, hold on. We're
No,
we
you
gonna
got
get
him.
to that. We're gonna get to that, champ. But we want to just wrap this up, and I'll say this: David Benavidez is a great fighter. I think he's terrific. I'm excited for the day when he stops walking around and
Top
covers his
5 pound
vagina
for
up and
pound.
fights Joe Batar. That's all I'm saying.
Top
Fight the
5 pound
best.
for pound, yo.
We seen. Hold on. Y'all don't remember these. Osher didn't play that shit. Roy didn't. The great fighters didn't play you saying they
Who
had.
was the best
They
in
were going to fight you.
68?
You guys remember when Roy Jones in 1994 went up and fought James Toney at his weight and said, "Let's make it happen." You forgot when Andre Ward
Who was
told
the best in
Triple G,
25?
"I'll come down to 160 and get you." Great fighters will come get you, and he doesn't seem to want to be that. And that's
That's
okay.
what Benavidez just did with
I
Zordo. He jumped 25 pounds and went and got him and beat the
and
life out of him.
Benavidez is a bad man, man.
He
Benavidez is
is, man.
a solid fighter. He don't duck no smoke. Throwback fighters don't
Hey,
duck no
he
smoke.
just said
Stop
he
him.
Tell him,
said
bro.
And you know, and
Zero.
this the caveat of it all, right? So this is the caveat of it all, because I know y'all gonna get mad when I say this. This is the same guy who's hanging out with Ryan Garcia, right? Dave Benavidez. Now you all who your friends are. I heard Ryan Garcia say he hate all blacks, he hate all Muslims, he hate all Jews. But this is the guy you want to stand with David, who's standing with a known racist?
No, I'm saying no. Hold
Stop
on.
it.
See, I don't
Stop
care.
it, bro.
Hold on. When it comes to
Stop
boxing,
it.
listen, man. In the ring,
And niggas
we're talking about
always say
inside of
clown
the
stuff.
ring what
I'm a
Benavidez
black
does.
man.
We ain't talking about the
I'm a
politics, man. You want to
hey,
get into the old
that
politics and shit.
that
We're
stuff
talking about in the
matters, bro.
ring.
That stuff matters, bro. So
In
if
the
somebody
ring.
white, if somebody call you an ape or call you subhuman, it don't matter as long as it's not in the ring. That's clown
He didn't
behavior.
call me one. I don't
BBO,
know that. I don't know Ryan Garcia. He ain't called me nothing. I don't know none of that.
BBO,
Hey,
don't
if that's how
don't
you are,
don't
I got no respect for that, champ. I
don't
come
put
from
your
what Meg Abrams said the best. All the scared niggas are dead. I don't go for that.
Man, it's
You can't
boxing
say,
with feelings, man. You letting your political and you know all that
well,
other
I'm a
stuff. You
black.
know,
Hey,
clouds and
nah,
shit. It's
bro.
I
boxing.
understand.
BBO,
Yeah,
don't
I
do that,
understand you're
bro.
cool.
Don't
That's
do
cool.
that,
BBO, we
B.
But
can
for
save
me,
that
I'm
for
a black
we
man first, bro. You can't say that type of stuff.
BBO, but
You can't say you hate all blacks and think I'm gonna support you and
nah,
stand by people
BBO,
who
BBO,
did
hold
that.
on, hold
You
on,
can't do
hold
that to
on.
me.
BBO,
You can't
you
do
we
it.
was
could
the
Flat out.
same
You can't
dude.
do it.
You was the same dude hugged up with T.O. and he sending niggas bananas. What
Mm-hmm.
you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Don't
Got
don't don't
him.
don't pull your black card out when it's convenient for you, brother.
I ain't hear nothing you said. Hold on, let me go and I'll come back.
Yeah, yeah,
come on,
right. Like,
Yo, he
look,
can't hear
nah,
all that.
it
Come
was he
on,
was just
yo.
strictly talking boxing. Benavidez is one of them ones, man, and we all
Yeah,
know it. Yo, the real
yeah,
ones
for
know
sure.
he moving right.
Yeah,
Jao
yeah.
Pataya is just a little conflict with the Zuffa stuff, and how do we know that he ain't just conveniently using Zuffa as a reason to get away from the fight? Because he's been talking about being undisputed and chasing the titles. That's all
Hey,
he need to do,
Bro,
yo. If it's
bro,
no title being blocked,
Man,
he
he
gonna
want
fight
man,
that man.
who's the other dude talking? He talking about those the black and white man. We're talking about in the ring, man. We're talking about skill fighter dudes.
oh,
We're
he
talking about what we
multiplying,
pull up
yo.
to the TV for every Saturday night to watch. We ain't worried about
Right.
it. Listen, if he is racist, he gonna catch karma. He's gonna get his ass beat
Can't hear it. What's
Sure.
wrong with this
from
thing?
pillow to post.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Hey,
But not only that too, bro. Ja Apatow been at cruiserweight way longer than a bunch of other these guys that done already been there, bro, and he ain't done nothing. He ain't unified none of the belts. He ain't fight Zerto. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro.
I was gonna say one thing about Benavidez real quick. Somebody with timing can
oh,
beat
shit, you got
Benavidez because Benavidez got fast hands. Same thing with Amir Khan. Amir Khan had fast ass hands. What was the script tonight? Somebody that could time his ass, catch him in between shots. But Benavidez don't have a glass jaw. Amir Khan had a glass jaw, but somebody with perfect timing
Mm-hmm.
can catch him in between shots.
And he
Mm.
got a top
And
five,
Timing
what
beats
is it?
timing.
the
Timing
opposite.
beats hand speed every time.
Top
But
10
but
plus
but he got
minus
heart
too.
and he got a jaw for real.
Mm-hmm. And he got top 10 plus minus. His defense
I
better
don't
than
see
you would
nobody
think.
in the weight classes like that that can really
Hey
fuck with
yo,
Benavidez. Maybe what's his name? Maybe Bivol.
no, his defense is real good, but you also gotta know he been
Mm-hmm.
sparring top motherfuckers that can punch hard for
Since he was
years.
a kid,
So that
since he was a
10,
teenager.
that 10
Nah, I
is
don't see Benavidez losing anytime soon, man. Them
Me,
dudes at that weight class he at right now can't fuck with him, man. I don't see
I
nobody beating
agree.
him anytime soon.
a
I agree.
BVO. I'm waiting for you to come back, yo. I want you to tell
Yeah.
me who is the top motherfucker at 68.
Oh, right now.
Just period.
Right now.
Well, matter of fact, I'll say when David Benavidez was at 68.
And let me ask you this. Now, let me ask you this. Since we speaking facts, because I understand a lot of guys are fans of David. I remember when Caleb Plant before he took the Canelo fight, because remember that's why Billy Joe Saunders got it made first. I remember he tried to fight David Benavidez. Benavidez's whole team said we need more time. So the thing was he didn't even fight Caleb Plant until he got knocked out by Canelo. My whole thing is this: it's not the bad David Benavidez. Heavy as a head to wear the crown. If you don't agree with that, I don't give a fuck. I'm just trying to tell you what I've seen in great boxing. I've seen a guy, Roy Jones, go up 8 pounds and fight a monster in James Toney, who you don't get those wins if somebody don't have the nuts to take them. Say what you want about Oscar, man. Oscar went in there with Bernard Hopkins, went in there with Floyd, went in there with Pernell Whitaker. That means something when guys go against, they look to test themselves. So the first guy that emerged that's around your age, your size, you saying you will fight him when you get ready, you need 2 years, man, whatever. I'm not going to argue with nobody, but I'm just going off with what I've seen.
Okay. Hold on. Back to my question though. When David Benavidez was at 68, who was the number one guy at 68?
I thought it was Caleb Plant back then, just to be honest.
You didn't think it was Canelo who beat him?
No, Canelo. You talking about before Canelo came up? No, I thought. Are you talking about before Canelo came and did all that stuff?
Canelo was there.
They was both at the same time.
Yeah, they were both
at the same. This is my whole thing. Caleb Plant was IBF. I believe David was WBC. They should have been fought before they did, and they didn't. All I'm saying is this.
I'm just asking who was the number one guy, and you say Caleb Plant over Canelo.
I thought Caleb Plant would. Well, if you talking about when Canelo came, then Canelo was the number one guy because he proved it.
Okay,
he proved it.
Okay,
yeah, but David Benavidez was trying to fight Canelo, and Canelo didn't want to.
I cannot hear now. What is up with this thing?
Out now, who was the number one guy at 75 when David Benavidez was there?
Dimitri Bivol.
Who was David Benavidez trying to fight him too?
I don't know. All I remember is that Mauricio took the belt from me.
Man, who from Baltimore?
I understand you got your David Benavidez jammers on. I respect it, bro.
You said you don't know. Okay, if you say you don't know,
this is my thing.
I'm not calling you a liar.
We see. Hold on, we're seeing Mauricio do the same stuff that they vilified Canelo for David. He basically gave him a route to being a 3-division champion easy. Went up to 175. They snatched the belt off Bivol. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all might not agree with me on this. I think Mauricio has a something against non-Mexican Americans and non-Mexican fighters. I think he's racist, bro. I don't think he's like his father, the great Jose Sulaiman, who was about the best fighting the best. I don't think so. I think it's a lot of politics and bullshit.
Sulaiman has done some questionable shit.
I'm not talking about questions. I'm talking about him being racist. I know a lot of niggas are afraid to say that he's being racist. It's called what I see, man. He's been racist.
So why are you talking about racist all the time?
And you don't have to agree with me on that. That's fine and dandy.
But you can't pull that race card on every situation, bro.
It's always a race card, man. God damn, bro. What you talking about?
The same Mauricio who had that crazy picture of Terrence Crawford looked like he was melted, and they all signed it. What are you talking about, bro? The problem is y'all dudes have no sense of history, bro. Like, I'm sorry, you can't be racist, and I'm gonna be down with it. I just can't. I can't because you don't have to. We've never heard Canelo ever be racist. Canelo threw people out his camp for being that.
But BVO,
so I just look at it a little different than y'all.
BVO, can you hear me? But that's cool and everything, and I respect it. But you can't make it like nobody else feels the same way. Like you're trying to address it like we have to feel the same way that you feel. You know what I'm saying? Like you're making good points, but like it's not always about that. You feel me?
Hey, who's the channel host? Salute to the channel host, man. It's my first time over here. Salute to you, man.
Yeah, man. Salute to you. Thanks for coming through, man. But go ahead. I want to talk more about this undercard before we get to the main event. 503, what's good with you, bro?
Yo, can you hear me, Tommy?
Yeah, I hear you clear, bro.
Okay, I was just making sure because I know it's some audio problems, but yeah, what's good?
StreamYard be bugging. I've been having mad problems with it. But go ahead, bro, man. You got anything on this undercard? Like
I was gonna say, I got Jahi Tucker
Oh, well, let me ask you a question while they fixing these.
Yeah, now it's breaking.
Hey, Thomas. David Benavidez, was he trying to fight Bivol?
I think they were trying to. He was
Yeah.
trying to.
Hell yeah.
Okay. So that means he was trying to fight the top guy at 68 and 75?
Yeah,
That's
he was
crazy.
trying to fight. Yeah.
That's crazy. David Benavidez got to be ducking everybody trying to fight the top.
Yeah, and went and beat the top guy at cruiserweight. Jumped up 25 pounds and destroyed
Yeah,
that.
you gonna do it or you not. And you know what's funny?
That's impressive.
This is the thing
this
I like.
shit is special, bro.
You can say what you want about this kid. This kid is absolutely
man.
You seen T.O. fight Lomachenko and he fought Josh Taylor back to back. If you want to fight the number one guy, you can. Most guys don't have the nuts to do it.
BBO went, but you missing the key part. You missing the key part of the story, B. You missing the key part of the story, bro. When David Benavidez came to 175,
what is going on?
Arthur Beterbiev nor Bivol was available at the time, so he fought who was available, which was Anthony Yard. You know, Bill, and you're not highlighting the fact that Bivol came back once Benavidez already fought, and now they saying Bivol is finna have another surgery and fight Callum Smith or whoever the fuck, bro. That's like you got to tell both sides of the story. It ain't just Benavidez's fault. You know what I'm saying? Because he looking for the smoke. He just motherfuckers ain't that when he out. So he gotta fight the next available best guy. And at the time, shit, Zerto was available, so he went up 25 pounds, fought him, and now he trying to find another good fight, bro. That's really what it is with Benavidez. I don't see how people can say Benavidez ducked anybody.
Hey, Mr. Never Lion. Let me ask you a question, yo. The biggest fight money wise out of 3 different weight classes, 68, 75, and 200. What would that fight be, yo? The biggest fight money wise.
Oh, at 68 is Canelo. At 75 is Bivol. And if he
no, I'm just saying out of all 3 of those put together, what would be number 1?
Canelo.
Okay.
Canelo versus Benavidez is the biggest fight, but Canelo's not gonna fight Benavidez. It's too dangerous.
Hey, what better. Number 2?
Canelo gonna stay clear of Benavidez until he retires, man. He's not going nowhere near that. He's a young man. Hell no.
No, I'm saying what would be the number 2 biggest fight money wise?
Bivol.
And what would be number 3 money wise?
I'll probably say Apatow.
Okay, so if he the number 3 motherfucker, I'm going after the number 1 and number 2 first, and then I'll get to you when I get to you. That's just smart business.
But the fight with Benavidez and Canelo, we gotta be realistic. That's not gonna come to fruition, man. We know Canelo's not gonna go in there. He's not gonna go. He's gonna stay clear of Benavidez till he retire, man. He's not gonna go in there. Nah, man. They offered him $100 million to fight him before. He turned it down. He said no. $100 million.
That's Canelo's side, but as far as his side, he need to keep going for it. Why would you turn down that much money? Go for that shit. So I'm not mad at him still throwing that name out there because he's trying to get paid and he's trying to take over his spot as the number 1 Mexican.
And see, and salute to my brother Allfella. I know he like Jay Apatow. I fuck with Apatow, but like I say, Apatow has been at cruiserweight longer than all these dudes, and he has not fought any of the other champions at that weight class. So that sounds like an Apatow problem. Y'all can't put that on David Benavidez, bro. He only had 1 fight at the weight class, bro. Apatow has been at cruiserweight his whole career, and he has not done any of the things that the number 1 guy's supposed to do. And plus, you got to think about the promoters too. The promoters, they're not going to put Benavidez in the ring. Right now, they're still trying to build Apatow. They're still trying to build up his resume, so they're not going to put him in the ring. Benavidez right now, they're still trying to build him up. Yeah. So it don't make sense right now for his promoter to even put him in the ring with Benavidez right now. No, they're still trying to build a fight up. Nah, but
David Benavidez is hunting the champions, though. You can see the way he moving. He is literally hunting the champions. and Ja is literally not hunting champions. And now that he went to Zuffa, it looked like you went the complete opposite of hunting champions. It looked like you went to the duck zone. It just looked shaky.
Yeah, man.
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all
Yeah,
hear me?
yeah. Can you hear us though?
Yeah, it's like some reason it's going like the sound. I'll be talking, then I won't hear y'all. It's crazy. I don't know what's going on.
I think it's something with StreamYard. I've been having problems all week with this freaking thing.
Nah, it's all that BS you were talking, yo.
Tommy.
Hey, you know, and I put it like this, bro, because I understand you want a different type of time than me, so I understand that. My whole thing is this: I just want to see a guy in David who I've been watching quite a while. I want to see what he does against a guy who's actually a challenge. You can't run from challenges. That's what make fighters great. Y'all can say what y'all want. A lot of guys don't watch fighting, but this guy fought Breedis. Breedis was a monster. Breedis gave Usyk all he can handle.
Benavidez fought Demetrius Andrade. Wasn't Demetrius Andrade?
You think if Demetrius Andrade is the same as Breedis? Are you out your fucking mind? You know who Breedis is?
Hold on. Wasn't Demetrius Andrade this mythical dragon that flew all around and was beating everybody up, and he was such a great boxer?
Andrade was the boogeyman at one point in time.
Yeah, that's what niggas was telling me when Andrade was supposed to fight Charlo. They say, man, Andrade, man, he beat everybody up. Boo Boo was such his killer.
Ran from.
Yeah, so hey, bro.
Andrade to Breedis? Are you serious? Are you fucking serious? But I get a lot of cats don't watch boxing. They only watch I guess I only watch the black fighters or the guys.
BVO, you watch. BVO, you got to stop disrespecting. You got to stop disrespecting the intelligence of us, brother.
I can give you somebody.
You got to stop doing that, bro. We watch boxing just like you, bro. We here every weekend. We watch all the fights. We know what we're talking about.
So you know what you say. So you know what I'm saying when I'm bringing up Breedis. So
I know, bro. I know exactly who Breedis is.
Maybe you do. I'm trying to tell you, a lot of dudes don't watch fucking boxing.
Yeah.
Yo, Gavin is on the same level as Breedis, yo.
That's what I'll tell you. We seen it when Chris Balaam Smith refused to fight Ja. Because Ja had put 7 of his last 9 opponents in the hospital. Beat him dead. And I put like this. And I get that you a meat boy and congratulations. I'm gonna get you
Morrell a hat. Beat one of his guys almost to death. So what we talking about?
Dude, at the end of the day, boxing is all about matchups. I'm gonna say this because it's just a couple of us that watch boxing hard, but a lot of guys is up here.
Is Gavik the same as what's his name? Who? Is Gavik? Is he on the same level as what's his name?
Talking about Vosik.
Vosik.
Was he on the same level as Breedis?
We gotta get some niggas, man, that graduated high school. No, I would say he was. He was WC champion, and Puerto had whooped his ass. But Vosik was that was David Benavidez's best fight.
Yeah, I think
he only lost one.
I think BVO having some audio problems, man, because his audio trash and his takes is trash.
Yeah.
Tommy, who is that talking?
He needs recycle, yo. He needs
Tommy, you need to get your boy, man.
Hey, who is that even talking? Who's that even talking?
That's 503 BVO.
That's 503 BVO.
Hold on.
Wait up. BVO.
Don't 503. Don't do that. Don't get up here like we ain't brothers in front of these niggas, man. Don't do that.
No, we cool. We good, bro. We just talking boxing, but I just don't like how you come in at Benavidez like he a duck or something, bro. That don't make sense.
I didn't know that was your brother. I'm sorry. I didn't know that was your blood brother. I'm sorry. Forgive me.
He ain't nothing.
Hit his ass 503.
Hold on.
Hit his ass 503,
bro.
I want to apologize to 503.
Hey, bro. Like the homie Just Do said the other day, bro. We gotta stop destroying these boxes all the time, bro. I'm just not with that.
This is the thing about it. Either you can play or you can't. But see, the problem is we don't want to talk about it. Just like the same way I'm hard on David, I'm hard on Emilio Vargas. I be at these fights, and I'm trying to tell you this. We got to command because I'm paying a lot of money, bro. Tommy's paying a lot of money, bro. If I'm gonna pay this money, you got to give me some fights, bro. I want to see some eyeballs all over the place. I want to see some blood. I want to see some teeth missing. I want to get my money's worth. So damn what you talking about, bro. I want to get my money's
So
worth.
what is Benavidez giving you? He beating the hell out of people. You like this? Your term, your favorite term is beat them half to
Exactly.
death.
Come on,
He
bro.
really almost
Thank you,
publicly,
Juju.
Come
he
on.
almost publicly unalived Anthony Yard in front of all of us, in front of a live
And
audience,
I
bro.
said that was a terrific performance. That was terrific. Just I
And
said that
his
was
next one,
He's a
and the
top
next
5
one,
and he
pound.
beat and he
he
beat
jumps.
the
BBO.
tacos out of
He
Zordo.
jumps 25 pounds and beat Zordo like
He
he
big as
stole
hell.
something,
He
fam.
didn't jump
Crying
Made
like
about
that
that.
made,
one
His
made
fight.
that nigga
ass.
made that nigga quit.
He
The
Made him
bigger
quit,
man.
one
B.
fighter.
He
He
made
The
him
bigger
quit. What are
man.
you
he
talking
fought a
about?
one fighter in 3 weight classes. Come
And
on,
he
man.
gonna beat Ja ass too. My bold claim. I'm gonna tell you that now.
And
He gonna beat him up too.
I'll put like this. I always show love to Just because he gave me my shot. But I say this, bro. I got $100, man. That's not happening, Just. I got
Man.
$100. We could put
I'll be
200 on
happy
it if
to
you
take
want.
that. I swear I'll be
Let's
happy
do
to
it.
take your
Let's
money
do
that
it.
day,
Let's
bro.
do it.
That
Let's
sound
do
like
it.
money in the bank to me, man.
Hell yeah.
Hey,
Benavidez is
Yo,
different, man. I'm
when the
telling
fight
you.
happened, I'm gonna brag on you, yo.
when y'all see him get the hair beat off of him, I
When
don't
the
want y'all to
fight
say he
happened, I'm
wasn't
finna
good.
rack
He
up,
wasn't
yo.
fight. He can't fight. Watch what y'all about to do. Watch what they about to, not y'all, but watch what they about to do this man, Xander. Xander about to get his ass whipped, scraped.
When the
And they
fight
gonna say, oh, he
happened, I'm
wasn't
finna
good. Oh,
rack
he
up
wasn't
man,
good.
yo.
Watch, that's what they do.
Yo,
That's tearing
Yeah, they
fighters
can't do
down.
that. Xander
But they
is a
will
hell of
do
a
that,
fighter,
Just.
man.
That's what they will do. It's not
Yeah,
about
but
what you can't do.
we
That's what they
can't
will
allow
do.
it. We got the platforms. We got to speak the truth. Win, lose, or
We should.
draw. I'm
Let me
respecting
ask you this.
both
Let me ask you
fighters,
this.
man.
Have we not seen it? We seen a guy, right? We see a guy in Shakur, right? We hearing all these like imaginary matchups that he gonna have, this, that, and the third, and we ain't heard nothing from Lil J. So if I don't hear from Lil J, I don't want to hear nothing. But you and the
You tripping?
YCBC, they talking all crazy about Shakur. Like he's some duck, he's scared, this, that, and the fourth. Come on, he's not. He's not. But that's how they paint it. People gonna paint it however they want to paint it, whatever fits their narrative for that moment. Is all I'm saying, bro. My
Yo,
thing is
what's
I'm all
good?
about the best fighting the best.
Let's move a little bit. My man Stormy B Man's up here. What's good, Stormy?
Hey, salute, fellas. How's everybody?
Sensei,
Hanging
what's
in there.
going on, old school?
Sensei, what it do, man?
Man, good conversation y'all having, man. I've been listening the whole time. I had to take a phone call, but I've been listening since you went live, and got good topics going on. I just wanted to come on and join, and share.
Hey, Stormy, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you remember when you said certain fighters' names, they was gonna come see your ass about it? You remember when Roy fought? What was that dude Roy fought? Because I remember as a kid, I was like 9 or something. I called the number and it went through. I got the voicemail. I was hyped. Remember when Roy gave his phone number out because he was saying dudes was saying that they can't reach him? You remember that when he's talking to Larry Merchant?
Yeah, that was years ago. Yeah, I remember that.
And remember when James Toney was talking that shit and he said, "Oh, you can beat me," and Roy went up, 8 pounds in '94 and beat James Toney.
Okay, yeah.
What I'm saying is, I said all to say this: the only way you get great wins is somebody dares to be great. There's not a better 2 wins in boxing in the last probably 40 years than James Toney, Bernard Hopkins on the same resume that Roy got. If you're looking at it, there's not a better 2 wins you can have in boxing, almost in boxing history. There's not a better 2 wins you can have. Like we seen the same thing with Bivol. Bivol beat Canelo, who was undisputed. He beat Zerto, and he went ahead and he fought Beterbiev and beat him back to back, pretty much. And you don't see people don't give credit for what they do.
Come on.
I thought he did too, but they gave it to him.
Man, who y'all got tomorrow's fight, man?
I just want to see the best fight.
That's what I came
I
for.
want to see these dudes bleed. They're asking for like $200 a ticket, $400 a
Man,
ticket.
who winning tomorrow night, man?
Hey, yo, boots in 3 rounds, yo.
Who said that? That nigga sound like he's fitting.
I wanted to say something, that BBO was making that point though about Roy and
who said who? No, go ahead. I'm gonna say who said Boots will run 3 rounds? Who said that?
That was Dr. Eugene. But hold up, let me let Stormy go for a little bit first.
Yeah, the thing about sometimes timing plays a huge role in things, but the thing that happened with Roy and James Toney is Roy caught James at a very good time when he was out of shape, and he knew it. He had a window of getting the deal done with James, and James had to lose a certain amount of weight before the fight happened. And James was fat, man. He was really overweight, but he made the weight. You know, he came in at 167, but he rehydrated improperly 18 pounds between the weigh-in and fight night. So he was a little sluggish and everything. And Roy won the fight hands down, yes. But James wanted a rematch, and Roy said, hell no. But Roy will also tell anybody who would listen that James Toney is the best fighter he ever fought in his career. Now, if you really want to lay your claim toward greatness, why did you not give that man a shot to try to vindicate? You see, you can catch me on a night and it be your night and not be my night. But if we do it again and you do it again, then that means you got the upper hand on me. But if you come back against me and I come back and I get you, then we might have to do it even a third time. But the whole point of it is anybody can have a bad night, just like anybody can have a great night. Some people think that Buster Douglas had a great night against Mike Tyson. But guess what? Mike never wanted to run it back. That should no, I'm serious. That should sink in your brain, because people want to write the narrative that Mike was just, he was tricking off in Tokyo and Buster Douglas' mom died and this and that, blah, blah, blah. Mike never ran it back. Even when he came back to the sport after being away, there was an opportunity on the table and he turned it down. Okay? Sometimes you just know when somebody got the ups on you. And sometimes you know when you got the ups on somebody.
But let me ask you this, because you made a great point. Remember when Sugar Ray Leonard fought Roberto Duran? You know, he had a few fights, then he beat him, and he rushed him back on the rematch, and that's when he quit.
Yeah.
But it's all about perspective. I think what a lot of guys don't understand, me and you understand this, is that it's really about politics sometimes that wins fights. Same reason why people never talk about Charlie Burley showing how much of a bitch Sugar Ray Robinson was. They don't bring that up because they don't even know about it. You see what I mean? So what I'm saying is there's always guys that come out there, like we do Aaron Pryor. For some reason, he never got the Sugar Ray Leonard fight. For whatever reason, he didn't get it. Some guys, I think they stay away from certain guys.
No, it's not for whatever reason with Aaron Pryor. Aaron Pryor's people tried to get more money out of the deal than what was on the table and being offered. It wasn't Aaron not wanting to take the fight. It was his people that were bad negotiating for him. And Leonard was the box office at that time, and what they had offered, that it was just not going to take place. And Pryor later admitted to it himself, you know, in his career. See, now I want to tell you something. If you want to speak on the history of it, learn it, brother. You have to go in there and research it. Don't just listen to the hearsay.
When you read the books about it, it don't speak about it. It gets right to the matter of fact.
Hey,
so
brother, slow down. You've been talking for almost an hour or more.
Yeah, that's what I'm here to do. We're here to talk.
Yeah, but I'm speaking right now, and I'm trying to give you something here, because what I'm offering is do the research for yourself, because you will learn these things. I tell people all the time, watch boxing. That's my quote, because when you've watched and you've studied the sport and you've witnessed so much, someone just can't walk in the room and tell you, oh man, I think this and that about dude, whatever. And you like, dude, I've been watching this for like the past 5 years. What are you talking about? How long you been watching it? Well, I just kind of tuned in like a year ago. How can they tell you? Do you understand what I'm saying?
I got you.
But they can do the same thing by studying for self-approval. That's
I
what
got
you
a question for Stormy, yo, when you're done.
Go ahead, bro.
Where are you from, man?
I'm in the shot. I'm out of the shot, but I'm.
Oh man, you know I asked that because you know who you sound just like.
Who's that?
Jay Prince. That's why I thought you were from Texas at first. That's why I asked where you was from.
No, I'm out of the shot.
That's old school hustlers, man, and OGs, yo.
Yeah, shout out to the
They
Wild
talk
Hunters,
real
man.
slow and calm and shit.
Shout out to Chicago, man. I'm asking for the last time, man.
It's dope. It's always good
Man,
to get
what's
your
going down
perspective. 'Cause
tomorrow
sometimes
night,
you
man?
can't
That's
really
what I'm
get
here
it.
for, man.
When you actually there,
Tomorrow
you can't really
night,
get
man.
the
What's going?
perspective if you wasn't
Let's get to the fights tomorrow, real quick.
For
right?
sure.
So let me read the line, see real quick, and then Truth, you could lead us off. You got Xander. He's a plus 350 versus Jaron Boots Ennis minus 500. He's pretty much a 5-1 favorite. They have Xander by KO is a plus 1,000, while Boots by KO is plus 100, which is even money. So who you got and why? And Truth, you can lead us off, Truth.
Hey,
I'm
Tom,
putting
can I
money.
ask a question about that?
No, let me get it.
When you get your turn,
I'm gonna land quick. I ain't gonna be long. I ain't gonna be long with it. I'm gonna put money on a draw. I'm gonna put money on a draw, and then I'm gonna put money on Xander Zayas for upset. Just because the odds, I think it's plus 300 for Xander Zayas.
Plus 350.
So I'll put money on a draw on one parlay, and then I'll do the upset for Xander Zayas on one ticket. But I'm going with Xander Zayas by upset because I've been watching Boots since he fought on Showbox undercard or Showbox. He just, for me, man, I feel like I might hurt some feelings when I say this. I feel like he's overrated. This is just me watching him over the years, and his resume is horrible. In the way, like I heard him on Gilly's podcast saying how he'll run through Bud, he'll run through Fundora, he'll run through all these guys, but like, bro, who have you fought?
Horrible fighter. You fight nobody.
Yeah, I'm thinking to myself like, bro,
nigga Truth Zone.
What's up, Marky Dan?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
My nigga.
Don't forget that Friendly 50 we got.
Man, we got a big nigga. I ain't heard from you. Where you been at? You ain't came to my page, nigga.
I've been fun. Nah, I can't go over to your shit, man. Y'all just be all over the place, man. But I love you to death. I'm gonna pull up tomorrow. We gonna chop this fight up before I go live.
You got my jack. Hit my line.
Absolutely. I got your number, but Friendly 50 is on the table. But go ahead, Truth Zone.
But I was gonna say, yeah, I guess Xander Zayas because I just don't believe in Boots. I believe he's talented, man. It's just for me, I've been watching him for a long time, and I just don't see it. Everybody bigs him up like he's just some killer monster. I'm thinking to myself, bro, who did you fight at 147? Stanionis? Who like, bro, he's just not that. His resume is trash. 35-0, bro. He 35-0. No A-level fighters on that record to speak of. Not even a B-level fighter. C-level fighters at best. And they talking like he's going to run through Xander Zayas like that. And Xander Zayas, he's not like, he's not that much better than Boots, but I feel like he has an edge over Boots, man. I feel like they know something that we don't know.
Okay.
Man, Boots can be beat, man. I feel like he can be upset. Upset can go down tomorrow night, man. I can see it going in Xander Zayas' favor. Because Boots, he gets I was gonna say I feel like he's gonna go out for a knockout, hunting for a knockout. And then he's heavy on the front foot most of the time. When he fought against Karen, he started getting aggravated, annoyed. He was heavy on the front foot. He was throwing these looping ass shots on the front foot, missing miserably against Karen. He can't go in there doing that against Xander Zayas. If he fought the way he fought against Karen Chuckers in that first fight, he gonna lose, man. Too many holes to count. Too many holes to get counted.
You fought 30-something fights, they bring up one.
30-something fights. Okay, he ain't fought nobody in 30-something fights, bro. Who? Like I said, I've been watching him since he fought on Showbox. Lipinets. Who? Delorme? Who? These dudes was all trash cans at that time when he fought them. Who else? Any A-level fighters? When Bud was 35-0, and I hate the fact they keep comparing this guy to Bud. When Bud was 35-0, he was already a multiple division world champion. Already had all the accolades. You can't compare him. It's like comparing a Honda to a fucking Ferrari. So I hate the fact they even compare Boots to Bud. They not the same. Two different fighters, man.
Nah, because when Boots beat Thomas Delorme at his age, and then you look at when Bud beat Thomas Delorme at his age, it's not the same age.
Delorme was washed when Boots got to him. He was already cooked. He was already cooked. I'm saying it took Jaron Ennis 30-something fights to become world champion, bro. That's crazy. That's kind of like Deontay Wilder. It took that nigga damn near 40 fights to win the damn WBC championship, bro. They moved him carefully for a reason. I'm telling you, man. Boost is not like that to me. He's talented, but they bigging him up to be some killer monster. He might be that in the goddamn gym, but we'll see under them lights tomorrow night. Because his dad said another thing. He's knocking out heavyweights. What the fuck does that mean? These heavyweights are robotic. These heavyweights are robotic and slow. But they moving around the ring using lateral movement. Y'all ain't hear what his daddy said? He's been knocking out heavyweights. So what? These robotics are like fucking mummies.
No, I'm just saying
if
he beat him in six rounds or under, you gonna come back and say I was wrong?
If he, I give you that. If he beat him under 6 rounds, I'll come back and go, you know what, he was right. But my mind, I'm going with Xander Zayas, bro, by upset, bro.
Hey, but Thomas, can you explain the money thing to me?
Say that, Eugene, and then give your prediction and why. You obviously we got a Xander, and we know you're gonna go Boots. Just give us your opinion and why, and then we'll move on to the next guy.
Oh, hold on. I need you to explain the money thing to me. You said even money. You said 1 + 1, and it's even money.
Oh, for a knockout. So, like, if you pick Boots by knockout, if you put let's say you put 100 on knockout for Boots, you're gonna get 100 back. You're getting even money, right?
So I'll pick 1, and I'll pretty much double my money. I'll get 2 back.
You get the one you put in, and then the one the one you win. So you're making a profit of 100, right? So like if you was to take Boots straight up, you would have to risk 500 to win 100. So that's a little bit different. And then
man, I'm gonna say one more thing. Why everybody calling me a hater? I went to another channel. I got banned from another channel because they said I'm a Boots hater. I'm not a Boots hater. I'm not saying the guy's not talented. I've been watching him for years, man.
No,
I'm just saying to me, why can't
you're not a hater? You're entitled to your
I can be a critic. I can criticize these fighters. Yeah. I'm saying Boots, for me, he's not that. They bigging him up to be some killer. I'm saying against who though?
Yeah.
Who, like
a hater. Listen, a hater is somebody that, if you go ahead and say that Boots is a bum and that's hating. You're basically saying you think he's the goods. He just hasn't fought the competition level.
The competition ain't it. It's not like this nigga. You've been fighting all cab drivers, nigga. What a cut? You're 35 fights, bro. You supposed to have at least an A-level fight on your goddamn resume. 35 fights in, brother. Yeah. Devin Haney, nigga, Lomachenko won a belt 8-0.
Hey, what else?
But Truth Zone, I respect what you're saying, brother, and you sound very, very passionate about your takes. But you got to realize something in boxing, bro. Everybody's journey is different. You got to realize with Boost Ennis wasn't no highly touted amateur like Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? Boost Ennis fought in the local region of Philadelphia. That's why he got so many fights, because a lot of his fights was in Philly, with these local promoters, and he had to get himself out that situation. You know what I'm saying?
2 times.
Boost Ennis kind of came late to the party.
Okay, let me ask you this then. Okay, I got you. I feel that, brother. But I'm saying, why when Turkey reached out to him, he told Turkey, he conveyed to Turkey, I need 2 tune-up fights.
Real story. That's not a
Why do you need 2 tune-up fights? He ain't called Turkey back since. Why do you need 2 tune-up fights? Why? If you that guy, why do you need 2 enough fights? Earl Spence came off out of a damn dead car accident.
Everybody not listen, brother. I'm from Texas, bro. Everybody not built like Spence. It just is what it is.
Yeah, Earl a killer.
Everybody not built like him.
That's not a real story, yo.
But that I listen. Eddie Hearn came out and said it, bro. The reason why Boost Ennis did say what he said to Turk or whatever the alleged story is, right? Boost Ennis wants to fight in America. He don't want to go to Saudi. He don't want to be on a ring Riyadh card. You know what I'm saying? He want to build his base in America. So you got to respect that, bro. Out of all of the guys, and he could have easily went to Riyadh because Eddie is Turk's guy, but he chose to stay in America. And we have the biggest fight probably of this year or the summertime happening in Brooklyn in Tommy backyard. You gotta love that, bro. Like I fuck with Boost for that, because a lot of these guys is tucking their tails and running to the money.
I respect that. I'm gonna say one more thing, man. If Boots, if Xander Zayas chooses to box tomorrow night and stay on the outside and be elusive and Boost fought like he did against Karen, they can't cut that ring off. He's in trouble, man. I'm telling y'all right
I'm
now.
gonna tell you something, bro.
One more thing. And I watched one more thing, my brother. And I watched the zone. I watched the zone thing with Boots. His father said we ain't worked on nothing. Y'all didn't peep that? His dad said we ain't worked on nothing. Like, what you fuck you mean y'all ain't worked on nothing? Y'all ain't working on. You're not working on anything. No cutting off the ring. Better defense. We don't have to work on nothing. We're gonna see him take Boots on another level. What you mean y'all not working?
Man, listen, man. Bozy sold you a dream and you fell asleep, bro. Don't don't believe the old man when he say shit like that, man.
Boxing since he was less than
1 year. You
old.
shouldn't say shit like that, man. What you mean y'all ain't worked on nothing?
I'm gonna say this
hold on
about
1 second. RB the baller. I brought that up a few times, and I remember that because I know Alan Conyers. Alan Conyers is from the Bronx, and that's what happened with it was Derek Ennis. When Derek Ennis was undefeated. I believe he may have had a draw. And Alan Conyers, he's really, he's just a big puncher because anybody remember Alan Conyers when he fought Kirkland, right? He knocked Kirkland down in the first round, and then Kirkland came and knocked him out in the first round. It was crazy. But Alan Conyers got some power, and Derek Ennis was built up to be kind of like Boots. And he fell into Alan Conyers and he knocked him silly. So, but that's a good point. I brought that up a few times. Great point. Go ahead, guys.
Yeah, I think Derek Ennis is detailing cars now, but I mean that's
crazy word. They detailing cars. God damn. I don't know, man. I don't want to sound like a complete Boots hater like the dude saying in the chat. Cause I don't hate. I've been watching boxing for a very, very long time, man. I just critique and I criticize these fighters when they right and when they wrong, bro. And I know what the hell I'm looking at when I see these fighters, bro. I don't watch that Karen fight 1,000 damn times, man. I'm telling y'all, go watch that damn Karen fight. You
I don't think you a hater.
Let me say this one thing.
I just think you highly critical
Boots
of the brother.
Ennis should go in there and beat him because Xander, to me, he kind of has a little bit of a gas tank issue. We see it when he fought the Mexican dude, and I was there. I was there at the Hulu Arena when he won a WBO title. I was standing next to my man Bruce Senior, and I seen TD Sports, my wife, every Spanish person in the house was crying. I'm talking about they was crying hard when Xander won. He started speaking in Spanish. He started speaking in laka.
Wow. All I'm saying, man, with Boots, man, I got a lot of questions. I got a lot of question marks, man. I got a lot of questions.
They're going to crown Boots tomorrow, and I just hope that when Boots wins this fight, Fendor should be next. That's all I hope.
I don't think he's gonna fight. I don't think he's gonna fight Fendor.
I agree with you today, BVO. I agree with you on that.
I don't see him fighting Fendor next. He's gonna fight Josh Kelly, bro. Eddie Hearn said it himself. He said we're gonna go for Josh Kelly next.
I mean, is that a bad thing though? Because he's trying to get the belts. I mean, either or is a great fight.
Change his face like he did. What was my man from the U.S. team? No, not what's the U.S. team? Erickson Lubin. I want to see if he can rearrange.
You talking about that
Erickson Lubin?
Wow. Yeah, I want to see.
Stopped in the first round by Virgil Ortiz, man.
Yeah, he's old, but I'm talking about if you seen that fight when he fought
Fendor, knocked him out.
Oh yeah, when he fought Fendor, yeah, that was a good fight.
I want to let you know though. Boots face like that.
Charlo and Ortiz got him out in 1 round, and it took him what 7, 8? How many rounds it took him?
I don't know, man.
Fendor is not like that, yo. I don't know why y'all think he is.
Fendor has gotten better.
Did I don't know what you watching.
His only problem is he got a glass jaw because he got stopped by Brian Mendoza and then he got dropped by Lubin, so his jaw is kind of questionable. Outside of that,
this thing though, this thing motherfucker.
You can't say somebody's jaw is questionable, man. Floyd Patterson stayed on his pockets, but he kept getting up. It don't matter if you go down, it matter if you get up, man. I think people think a chin the wrong way. Just because you get rocked don't mean that you don't got a chin. I mean, we haven't seen him even hurt since, really.
Well, we talking about Boots though. So if these people are taking him down, what the fuck you think Boots gonna do to him? He gonna make him stay down.
Well, I seen Boots.
Man, Boots couldn't even knock out Karen.
Hold on, didn't he fight a fat Sergey Lipinets? Who does Boots fought to make you even think he can even?
Yeah, he couldn't knock out Karen.
Everybody he fought.
Karen just got knocked out cold. He was asleep. They had to put the smelling salt in his last fight. So I mean,
everybody.
What makes y'all think that Boots is some killer? What makes y'all think that this guy's a killer?
I think Boots is the toughest third grader when it comes to the first graders. I think that's what it is. When he's fighting the first graders, he look like a monster.
But, hey yo, but also you also gotta take into effect. I mean, you gotta keep this into your account. People are ducking Boots, so when you say he don't fight nobody, that may be a factor. But also, when
ain't nobody ducking him. That nigga, man, he was bro. After he fought Karen those 2 times.
Hold on. You just said nobody ducked him, and
I'm
you
gonna
saw.
let mine real quick. I'm saying after he fought Karen those 2 times, they looked at him like he was food. The whole division one, nigga, Devin Haney wanted to fight him.
How you gonna say nobody ducking him?
Virgil Ortiz, you know what's funny? Virgil Ortiz is a lot like Victor Ortiz. They look good until they don't. So it's just that simple. One.
Okay, let me ask you that then. Who has the better resume? Virgil Ortiz or Boots? Who has the better resume? As of now.
1 and 54, and he ducked Boots.
Who has the better resume? Boots or Virgil Ortiz?
Don't move the goalpost. You just said that you don't see nobody duck Boots, but Virgil Ortiz ducked him in 4K. Are you gonna acknowledge that?
I don't think he ducked him, man. I think Oscar has something to do, just like Stormy.
Y'all say he didn't duck him. The zone executives were in the room with those two trying to make the fight, and he came to his fucking crib, got in the ring without his permission, and said, "Yo, you next." And
they was going through litigations though, bro. They was going through litigation before the fight didn't materialize.
It wasn't litigation yet. He said, "Yeah, I think this would be the next fight to make."
Once he got to the back,
once he got to the back, he said, "I want to fight Spence in Dallas Stadium." That's what he said out his mouth.
Because he want to make some money. What are you talking about? It's his prize fight. He's fighting for a prize.
Now people got.
Hey, real quick, hey guys, because I want to move it along so everybody get a chance to talk. K-Rod came out. Stormy, you got anything on this fight?
Yeah, it's a very interesting fight. There are scenarios at play here that I think everybody, in order to get to the meat of what could happen here, is first of all, Ed Hearn he's a cancer, man. Ed Hearn is a cancer, and you have to be careful looking at how he guides fighters' careers and stuff, because guys get jacked up under his watch. I was always concerned when Boots went over there and got involved with him. There are a couple other places he could have went. I wouldn't have had no thought about it at all. But I'm just, for the talent that he has, Hearn is a good mouthpiece. But if you notice, Boots hasn't had a real tough fight yet. And how many fights has he fought with Hearn so far? 2, 3? That's concerning, because I think they think that this is a sweet opportunity with Xander, and it's not. It's not, because Xander is a talent too. Though he's young, it should concern people that he readily took this fight, and that's the way old school fighters used to be. They, okay, you want me to fight this guy? I'll fight him. You can't tell me that somewhere deep under the layers within their own camp that Boots Ennis' camp is like a little bit concerned about that, because they like, this young boy really, he ain't scared or whatever. And everyone that he's gone in against, of course, he's been favored. One thing that a lot of people don't want to acknowledge is that when he was at 147, those last few fights of his at 147, he was pulling guys up from smaller weights.
Yeah, he was.
And, he was the bigger guy, the stronger guy, faster guy, and all of that. But he has certain advantages. And then going up to 154, he wanted tune-ups at 154. And you just heard 503 Lion talk about Spence is different, right? Spence come in, he go up to 154. He gonna fight one of the best guys at 154. He ain't looking for a tune-up. He ain't and see, that should concern you, because if you got all that God bless talent, why do you need to sharpen tools that's supposed to be sharp already?
And dude couldn't have worded it better than what I did. That's what I'm saying. Why did this guy need 2 tune-ups? Earl Spence coming off almost a two-year layoff, going straight to fight a Tim Zoo. Why is this man Booth been active all this time? He's won 2 belts at 147, need 2 tune-up fights to go on to 154.
Never said
come on,
2
man.
tune-ups. He tried to fight Charlo. That was one of the 10
I keep hearing tried.
That's one of the 10 people he
Hey,
offered.
Tommy, Tommy, let me get in and get my cook for the fight, bro. Because it seemed like the guys is going in on Boost. I just want to give my little prediction.
I wasn't even finished.
You wasn't even finished. Go ahead, Sensei. My bad. Go ahead. I thought you was done.
And listen, I don't have a dog in the race. You know what I mean? But what I was pointing out is the intangibles that guys should be looking at. Now, it could sound like, especially if you're a supporter of Boots, it could sound like, oh, well, maybe Stormy is thinking like this or that. No, I'm pointing out some things that you should be looking at. I pointed out also that Xander is fresh, he's young, and he doesn't have that experience of having been in there against top flight guys himself, which is why this kind of it brings the bout closer. I've heard someone say that this is kind of like a 50-50 fight. It may be. The talent may not necessarily be 50-50. But as my brother, the dearly departed Curtis Anderson, a.k.a. Kurt Sugar, used to say, sometimes in big fights like this, it comes down to intangibles. Now, what we're going to find out is who has the fortitude, who has the resolve, who wants it most from the inside.
Who has that
because when you get hit on the chin and you get staggered or wobbled or even dropped, the real fight starts. And we haven't seen that from either guy, that it happened to them. But we hope for something like this because that's what's going to tell the story. Not someone running around out pointing the other guy and the other guy can't get off and things like that, or one guy can't cut the ring off, and not that kind of stuff. When someone challenges and says, you know what, I want this. One thing I used to love about Sugar Ray Leonard, and even later, like someone like Evander Holyfield, those guys, they would always pick a point in the fight where they would ask the other guy, the opponent, do you want this as much as me? And they would sit down on punches and they'll go in, gritting their teeth, trying to get at the guy, get him, on the defensive, get him down on the canvas or whatever. You don't see young fighters of today doing that. And they can talk about how good they are in the gym and all of that stuff, but that's in the gym. It don't count. The gym don't count. What counts is when you're under those lights. You know why? Because your mama watching, your girlfriend watching, your co-workers that you used to go to, high school people, everybody watching you now. Now it's the jitterbugs. They ain't watched you in the gym. They might come and visit your gym if they know you like that. But now when it's on the line, that means you got to be able to block out certain things. That means you got to be able to focus up. That means that you got to be able to stick to your game plan, impose your game plan. A lot of things get revealed under the lights and with pressure, and pressure bursts pipes. So at the end of the day, like I said, I've heard people call this a 50-50. And that's primarily because neither of these guys have been tested like that yet. And they're going to do that to one another tomorrow. And that's all the reason why to tune in. Who do I favor? I would like to see Boots win the fight. But that Eddie Hearn association and everything scares the hell out of me. It wouldn't surprise me if he was upset by Xander, but I would like to see Boots win the fight. So those are my thoughts, fellas.
Hey, Stone, what you think about Ben Whitaker, man?
He in a tough fight tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure.
He in a tough fight.
Who was that guy? Who was that guy that Ben Whitaker fought? Liam Cameron when he forfeited, threw him out the ring.
Fell out the ring. Yeah.
He checked that. He didn't fall out that ring. He checked out that fight, man. I mean, I know
he
mentally checked out. Man, he mentally checked out of that fight, man. All that flash, because you got to think Ben Whitaker was known for being a flashy guy before he got in that fight with Liam Cameron. And that shit didn't work. Liam Cameron stepped to him, applied pressure. He didn't know what to do. Checked out mentally. But he came back and stopped him. I ain't gonna lie, he came back that next fight and stopped him. So yeah, he kind of reinvigorated. Not what word I'm looking for. He kind of came back and redeemed himself, so to say. But that first fight with Liam Cameron, I was like, man, damn, all that flashy shit don't get you nowhere.
That real kid, all he got to do is hit him on the chin. That's all he got to do. Hit him on the chin.
Liam Cameron was in his chest that first fight. Go back and watch that fight. He was in his chest that whole fight. He didn't let him get away with none of that flashy shit. Fought on the front foot, stepped into him, applying pressure. Ben Whitaker didn't like that. Talked him out the ring. Checked out.
He did put him to sleep. I think he did put him to sleep.
That second fight, he redeemed himself. He knocked him out that second fight. So yeah.
Well, let me ask you this, Storms. I mean, now you've been watching.
Wait, real quick. BVO, hold up 1 second. I'm gonna add that if Popeye Rivera trained for this fight and really took this fight serious, I think Whitaker's gonna be in a tough fight. The thing is with Whitaker is like he's got some mileage and some inactivity, you know what I'm saying? But he can punch too. So I don't think highly of Whitaker like a lot of people do. I think, and Eddie Hearn is very bad. That the match was very bad at matchmaking. I don't know if this is a good fight for him. Now, the odds say different. I thought the odds would have been a lot closer. It's plus 1,800 for the upset, which is huge. So that tells me a lot. So maybe Rivera may go in and lay down. But if Rivera comes in prepared and trained for this fight, I think Whitaker might be in for a long night.
I'm going all upsets tomorrow on my parlay. All upsets tomorrow night. Fuck it.
You're gonna lose that parlay.
You never know though, man. Nobody had Liam Cameron.
I ain't want to sound like a hater, but BVO said it. He said it perfectly, man. I don't think that joint gonna hit, man.
I ain't gonna do that, man. Because they'll give to Ben Whitaker anyway. But the guy that he's fighting, I looked at his box record. His box record ain't too shabby. He don't look too good. I looked at all of them.
Well, he gonna sleep good then. That's all. He gonna have a nice. You gonna get up there, go sleep good.
But then again, like I said, that shit don't mean nothing because Liam Cameron, wasn't. He was just a regional.
Rivera did fight like two guys. I know Badu Jack is one, and that was a close fight. That went to like majority.
Oh, we're not talking about Shakur. You said Rivera.
No, I said
that's an inside joke. You know why I said that, Tommy.
Put a sock in it, man. Come on, man. But yeah, what I'm saying is that he's been tested. He's just been inactive. So that may be a key to this fight too. So, but I wouldn't sleep on Rivera in this fight. I'm just upset. I saw the card. Somebody sent me the card, like the order. Like, all right, the co-main event I don't agree with. I really wanted Jahai Tucker Cedeno to be the co-main event because I think that's more of a 50-50 fight. But they're opening up the pay-per-view. So like they're before Whitaker too. Whitaker's next, and then Emiliano, and then the main event. So
y'all got Jahai Tucker winning because he went to Puerto Rico and got upset by that Puerto Rican dude last time. And he finally get the Dominican nigga this time. So I don't know. I ain't too big on Jahai Tucker, so I don't know. I don't know about
the greens off of him, man.
I think Gary Cedeno, he might like he might possibly beat him. I'm not too sure if Jahai Tucker has gotten better, but I think Gary Cedeno, he might have the slight edge.
But Jahai Tucker's a good sparring partner, man.
Yeah, you know why that is though, right? Because of the Super Bowl. So they trying to parlay that and bring that fame and shit. That's what they
he's a top ranked fighter too. I get it. But so is Cedeno's also a top ranked fighter, if I'm not mistaken. So that's the only fight where it's two top ranked fighters fighting each other. And if he's not a top ranked fighter, he definitely was a top ranked guy, Cedeno. So but it's a good fight. I think it's a 50-50 fight. I like Jahai Tucker. I think he's been matched tough. His resume is really solid. I know it's not the big names, but he's got some well-known names on his resume, like as far as guys that we know about here in the East Coast. So
He
I
beat a
like
lot
him
of
a lot.
Amazon fighters.
Cedeno's got good accolades as far as like the Olympics and stuff. You know, he's on the Olympic team. So it's an interesting fight. Cedeno got power, you know, so I let's see. I mean, to me, that's a 50-50 fight. And to me, I think that's probably might be the best fight of the night. But
Yeah,
go
I
ahead,
think
guys.
so.
I think 503, you wanted to cook on the fight.
Oh, what, can I chime in?
K-Rod, you haven't gone up yet. Sorry.
Well,
K-Rod, my bad.
yeah. Salute to you, TD. Salute to the whole panel. Honestly, I think this is going to be a fight based off of consistency. I said it on the Usual Suspects live stream to KG and Oddfella. I think the biggest, deciding factor will be who's going to stick more to their fundamental game plan. And based off of what the attributes, a lot of people are giving a lot of credit to Jaron Ennis to say that he's like the better fighter. He has more experience and he can do this, he can do that. He's like the second coming of like Roy Jones Jr. But the truth is, but the truth is that who has he done that up against? Like, if you're gonna call yourself hyper elite to say that you're gonna take everybody out, this is your division. Why weren't you doing that to fight a champion right away when you moved up to the weight class? Why didn't you at least put yourself in position years ago when you could have been a top lineal fighter within any weight class that you wanted to campaign at? I think the biggest problem with Boots is that he's too focused on having somebody guide him versus him taking control of his of his own path. Therefore, he has been stifling his experience, and he has been putting himself in position where he doesn't have to feel uncomfortable facing tough guys. He doesn't have to feel, I want to say hyper pressured with being put in there with top 10 or at least top 15 guys. So therefore, he's just kind of been on the path of like, okay, you're shooting guys where you're not really getting any particular like adversity out of that. Now, compared to Xander, I've been critical, up against Xander for quite a while because, back when he did, debut, at 147, I was saying like Xander, Xander should have at least fought some good, some good level, how should I say, names for him to build his his particular resume up. But then once he moved from 147 up to 154 back in 2021, that's where I started to I started to see that the slight development where Top Rank was trying to basically give him some decent, solid opposition. But I will say, just based off of the most recent activity, I think Xander has been doing the right way by trying to at least get some good level opposition to at least go from beating Jorge Garcia and Abbas Barral back to back. So therefore, he could at least put himself in a position to at least be a unified world champion. But furthermore, just to add more context, Xander was really supposed to fight Sebastian Fundora for the WBO title. So I would say Xander has the more stronger desire to being great, but he hasn't been placed within a proper position for him to at least display that up against some higher tier level competition. I think honestly, when it all comes down to the business politics, I would mostly put the blame on Top Rank for basically doing whatever they're having to do to manage their fighters. But if I were to see it within my own perfect worldview, I would have definitely liked to see Xander Zayas fight Jermel Charlo. He could have fought Tim Tszyu, fighting Bakram, or anybody within the top 15 or at least top 20. I think this would be a far more better resume buildup for Xander to become a much more, tougher test to be faced up against Boots. So
he got to fight guys that's not part of his generation. You talking about guys like Charlo? That's not his generation.
Yeah,
why would he fight them guys?
Yeah, but I'm just basically saying that just to say
Boots sure as hell ain't fight them people. Like he fought Keith Van Heerden.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Sergey Lipin it. So I mean, you putting a lot on Xander as if he's not. Xander's done a terrific job, if you be honest. I mean, you can't expect him to fight
Yeah,
guys not from his
I know.
generation.
That's why that I said that Top Rank has been has been managing his path to try to put him within a position where they're trying to favor the business politically for him to fight guys where he can be in a good position for him to at least move properly based off of where they want him to go promotionally. So I'm just basically saying just as far as where Xander's at, he's doing the right thing to at least put himself at a greater position to at least just go get go get a world title, and then whoever's going to be there trying to fight him, I think he's doing a very good job to at least try to elevate himself a lot higher. But I think as far as the competition pool, Xander should be at that level to fight Jermell Charlo or anybody within the top 5. But I think overall stylistically this is a really good fight. And credit to Stormy. I think this is I think personally neither guy has really been purely tested, and I think this is going to be a measurement due to their consistency and their fundamentals. So personally for me, I think Xander, he he should, I got Xander to beat Boots, but I think it's really going to be a very good back and forth fight where both guys are really going to test their will, and whoever's going to stay more disciplined with their consistency fundamentally, that's going to be the deciding factor. So that's my take.
Well, let me ask you this though. You remember when Xander fought that one dude and Xander was punching him off and he said you punched like a bitch? What was that? Who was that dude? I can't remember that dude's name.
Oh, Damian Sosa?
Yeah, remember that?
Oh yeah.
So
Damian, he's a tough fighter.
he
Actually,
was calling Xander a bitch with blood in his mouth, dog. He said you a bitch. I'll never forget that.
yeah, that was a very difficult test. I actually like that fight.
I wish Xander wouldn't have changed his hair. I like the Bobby Reno haircut. That would have been even better. He messed it up, man. He should have came in there extra Spanish, hit the horns when he I'm telling you, y'all had to be there at the Hulu Arena, bro, when he came out there, man. And
Yeah,
when he won,
that's part of what
it
the
was incredible.
character. That's that's why he dyed his hair blonde.
Yeah, I don't
I
like
try to explain that to BBO, but BBO don't be
Yeah,
wanting to
that's
hear
not that's not anything to deal with any race. That's just that's just part of Puerto Rican baseball culture.
Yeah, I like the Bobby Reno better, man. I like that better.
I mean, honestly, however he wants to, come out with his own particular style, that's on him.
What did he say? What did he say? Oh, I'm a unified champion. That's the Xander I want to see, man. I think he could be a star, man. I like that Xander, man.
Yeah.
But he gonna get beat dead tomorrow. So we gonna scoop him up, put him on a stretcher.
What the hell?
He gonna get beat up tomorrow.
God damn.
Have you ever seen Boys in the Hood? Remember when they carried Ricky in there? That's how they gonna do Xander tomorrow. You have to carry him out of there.
Oh, BBL, you're such a hater, dude.
Yo, BBO is the ultimate hater.
Seriously, he's
BBO be talking crazy, bro.
Yeah, BBO.
Be talking
Hold on.
wow.
He stands
503. 503. Why you trying to do this, man? See, you gotta watch 503. You gotta watch them Texas boys. Me saw he turned on me. Wow. No.
Listen, bro. You a good guy, man. I fuck with you, man. You out of Ohio, man. I know a lot of Ohio players. You feel me? But you be talking crazy, man. You like the first Ohio boy I seen that talk real crazy, man. It's a toss up between you and my boy Marcus, man. But I think you got him beat, bro. Cause you from
Houston or you from Dallas?
Man, you see this H on my head, bro. I'm from Houston, man. Stop playing with me.
Shout out to Katy, Texas, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
I got a question because I Stormy's up here and Stormy could probably break it down better than most. Stormy, what do you have to say about the Jahai Tucker Cedeno fight? I think that might be the fight of the night, and could be the upset of the night too, because I think Cedeno, he's a slight underdog, but he's got real power. So what do you feel about that fight?
Well, Jahai has shown himself to be vulnerable at times. I don't know if it's a lack of concentration or, when he's in a groove or something, he just gets a little irresponsible or whatever. But if Cedeno is able to, remain focused and sharp and wait for his opportunity, he can nail him because he at some point in Tucker's fights, he always give you that opportunity. And again, if it's say if this is one of those nights where some stuff is happening and the crowd is riled up because you had a fight before that was pretty good, or it was a knockdown, drag out, whatever the case may be, then here we go in this fight, and then Tucker can get irresponsible, and we can see something unexpected, like somebody going down or whatever. But yeah, I agree that this could end up being one of those fight of the nights type situations. I was a little concerned when Thomas said that if what's his name facing Whitaker, if he hasn't trained for it, I don't know. Is he that kind of guy that would lay down, Thomas? I'm concerned.
No, to me, he's not. I just don't like that he hasn't been in the ring in a while. So that's what kind of scared. And another thing too, I'm not sure. I don't know if this matters, but it kind of bothers me a little bit. He got this fight months ago. His promoter is Joe DeGuardia from Star Boxing. He has a card going in Long Island tomorrow night. So I don't. That bothers me a little bit that he's not going to be there, because Joe is always there for his fighters. Maybe he will be there. Maybe the card will still go on, but that's another little thing. But I think because I think Popeye is a good fighter. I think he's good. I know he's a little up there in age. He might be like 33, 34, but he has been inactive. I'm going to tell you his last fight, I think it was early last year, if I'm not mistaken. I'll look at it. His last fight was, January 11, 2025. So well over a year was his last fight, and that went 2 rounds. So the inactivity kind of worries me. And then the fight before that was April of 2024. So I don't like that, but I do think he's a tough fighter. I've seen him fight. I spoke to Iceman Scully, who knows him. He said he hasn't seen him in a while, but he says he's a very good fighter, but he doesn't know what he has left.
But this is the funny thing about that. He's definitely the type of fighter, and this could be the fight. See, Hearn, this is where I talk about where he's a dangerous promoter for his fighters. He wanted to have Whitaker on a U.S. card so bad, but he picked a real dangerous opponent. This could go wrong for Whitaker quickly, especially if he get hit on the chin. We were talking about that Cameron fight. The first fight, Cameron was real focused. He was out to prove something. He was fighting with he had a sense of challenge in him, and he kind of took Whitaker's heart in that fight. When they fought the rematch, to me it looked like he laid down, because it was not the same type of performance or attentiveness or intensity that he brought in the second fight. And I was very disgusted, because I was like, oh, it's like that. Because the first fight, the reason that Whitaker pulled him over that top rope was because he was looking for an out. And Liam fell over too, right? Liam got up, walked over to his corner. He was good. Whitaker hammed it up and was like, oh, my ankle and everything. But we never saw him walking in a boot or anything, right? It's like he just got out of the stadium on that night without having to go through what was going to look like to be a loss, because Liam Cameron was winning that fight. So if this young man, Popeye, can go into this fight knowing what he's in against, and this is his first fight in America, this is, he gonna have some jitters. Make his worst fears come true. Put that pressure on him and put them fists on him. That's all he's got to do. But again, you know, a year layoff, a year plus layoff, we don't know. See, but you can better believe that Hearn has looked at that and is thinking, oh, yeah, we could take this guy because he's been out of the ring. He's got ring rust or whatever. But when a guy can fight, he can fight. It don't matter if he's been laid off or not. If he can punch, he can punch. Remember, when they had Big Baby Miller and he was supposed to fight, and it was like, oh, he had to pull him out of there because of his failing the tests and all of that. And they looked at Andy Ruiz. That fat guy. Yeah, he's a heavyweight. He's fought with Top Rank and stuff. Yeah, we'll fight him. But they never looked into Andy Ruiz's career. Andy Ruiz has always been good against big dudes.
Yeah, Parker fight was good.
Size and whatever that he has trouble with. But when you're a big guy, 6'5", 6'6", or whatever, Andy Ruiz fights those guys very well. And he beat the crap out of AJ on that night, remember? So, I mean, I'm just saying, Hearn is always, you got to be concerned with this guy. And I don't think he's doing it to the fighters on purpose. It's just that he don't know boxing like Frank Warren or Bob Arum or even Oscar or whatever. He don't know it like them. And he'd be messing people's career up. Have you guys ever considered that or looked at that with him?
Being rematch room, yeah. That's why they call him rematch room, yeah. I mean, he's not a great matchmaker at all, but he put you guys in the fights. So I respect that much. He put him in fights.
Sorry, guys, I got distracted over here with somebody here. But yeah, man. So I think everybody gave their take. I mean, I think this is going to be a good fight. I think it's good for the sport.
Nah, bro.
I mean,
I still have not gave.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, 503. I haven't even got my take, but go ahead, 503.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna remember all this, man. When you come on the show with us, bro.
I know. You're right. Yeah, man.
Go ahead, 503, man. Tell us your thoughts, man.
You say quiet, Puerto Rican nigga.
BVO crazy, man. I'll bullshit to the side, man. I've been listening to everybody tonight, and everybody got a lot of interesting takes. I think what people are really missing when you talk about Jaron, Ennis, and Xander is this is the new generation of 154. This is the new generation of middleweights, and for Xander to take this fight, it says a lot about him. And a lot of people been very critical of Boots. He's been in a lot of controversy, right? You know what I'm saying? But when you really look at this fight on the inside of the ring, to me, bro, I think this fight is going to come down to who has better positioning and distance. I want to see how Xander Zayas is going to deal with that athleticism, the speed, the power of Boots. It's so hard to train for a guy like Boots because he can switch hit, he can fight on the back foot, he can come forward and slug. You know, he has so many different styles. So I want to see how Xander can handle that. But for me, I think the athleticism, the boxing IQ, the speed, I don't think Xander is really ready for that. You know what I'm saying? He has been moved very, very carefully with Top Rank, you know what I'm saying? And I think all that is gonna come to the forefront in this fight. You know what I'm saying? He's never fought anyone on the level of a Boots Ennis. He's never had to deal with a guy like Boots Ennis. You know what I'm saying?
You fought African Terrence Crawford, a boss.
BVO, cut it out.
I'm being real.
Cut it out, BVO.
Some people think African Crawford can fight.
I like, and the crazy part about it is I like Abbas Baru, bro, but Abbas Baru is a very, very station type fighter. He's straight up and down like a lamp pole. He don't move his head like that. He comes straight at you. You You know what I'm saying? With Boots, it's gonna be different. You're gonna get angles, you're gonna get footwork, you're gonna get a good jab, you're gonna get speed, you're gonna get power. You know, Abaz is not that, bro. I'm sorry. And I like Abaz.
Let me ask you this, 513. Did you like that Boots bought his dad Eddie Hearn to his interview with Men and Y'all Go for Game? Did you like that? Look.
That yeah, man, because you got to realize, man, Bozy don't really like to do a lot of talking like that. He talked to YSM and a couple of other guys in the media, you know, but you need a guy like Eddie Hearn now, because even though people don't like Eddie Hearn and they have their reasons, I'm not mad when Stormy says he's a cancer, because Eddie Hearn has done a lot of fuck shit in our sport that we love so much, right? But
didn't he bring us the zone though? He did bring the zone to American boxing. He don't get no credit for that.
Nah, he get credit for that. And the thing about it is this: that took a long time for people to really start processing with the zone. It's just like when we was speaking on Zuffa earlier, and you was caping for Jai Patai. It's gonna take it's gonna take Zuffa and Paramount and whatever network they on. It's gonna take people a little bit more longer to transition and process the change, right? Eddie Hearn has done a lot of bad shit in boxing, but he's done some good shit in boxing. I don't think Eddie Hearn speaking and being on a podcast with all these black guys is a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Hearn got the mouthpiece. He's a great talker. He's a finesser. That's what he does. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people say he's the devil. You know what I'm saying? So
let me ask you this, 503. So if you like a guy, you caping for him. If you disagree, you a hater. Is that the logic you telling me now?
No. Listen, man, when I say these, and Tommy know how I am, bro. When I say, oh, you're a hater, or you this or you that, that's just me talking shit to you. You know what I'm saying? But I really want to learn more about different people like yourself and be on different platforms and just hear different perspectives, right? You know what I'm saying? Because we all think differently, and that needs to be brought to the masses. You know what I'm saying? Like the sensei, for example, he talks shit about Shakur. He called him shitty cuz, right? But I don't think that Stormy B Man thinks Shakur is a trash fighter. He just does shitty things outside of the ring. I could say Stormy is a Shakur Stevenson hater, but that's just me talking shit. You know what I'm saying? I can say you a David Benavidez hater, but that's just me talking shit. But the thing about it is, bro, you have to have consistent energy with whatever you're doing, right? So if you are an overly critical guy about everybody or certain people, I'm gonna call you out on it. You know what I'm saying? Because I want you to how you so overly critical over David Benavidez. I want that same BVO when it comes to a Boots Ennis, or when it comes to a Devin Haney, or when it comes to Tank Davis. You know what I'm saying? So that be my thing with it, bro.
And the reason I asked you that is because I like what you're doing. You want an up and coming cats. I like that you kind of are not afraid to criticize. Like, I love Emiliano, but I had to just be honest. Like, what the hell has he done? And I think that's good for the sport to be able to be, because nobody's above reproach. I think a lot of times guys get caught up in relationships and say, "Oh, I'm not going to say this, or I'm not going to say that." But nobody's above reproach. All these guys can get their ass kicked. I hope they do, because they ask.
I could say the same thing about Abdullah, nigga. You're lucky he got a good replacement opponent in Prince Albert Bell, because if he didn't, I was gonna be on his toes, because we all know he was gonna thrash Joe Cordina. You know that, BVO.
And what are you gonna do to Albert Bell?
Hey man, I don't know, bro. That's Toledo, man. Them Toledo boys different, man. You know, I don't know, bro.
The Albert Bell that we see in the amateurs, I haven't seen the pros
but you know,
at all.
BBO, I was trying to tell you when we started the show, they have history. And Albert Bell sparred Mason, and recently too. And from what I've heard and read, Albert Bell gave Mason the work. He gave him the business in some of them sparring. So
yeah, we always did. I'm gonna bring up a guy who was terrific in the gym. Shout out to my brother Ofacio. He don't get enough credit. I hear he's Roy Jones in the gym, But what you do on the lights is what matters. Albert Bell has never been under the lights. Albert Bell has never been under the lights and did nothing but get beat dead. And you're going to see an execution. You think he's going to – come on, bro. Abdullah Mason is about to fry this dude. I mean, that's the thing.
BVO, could you at least say that Albert Bell is the better fight over Cordina?
I think it is a better fight. Only thing I would say is Cordina is a former champion, so that's the reason probably wanted him. Probably because
nobody wanted to see Abdullah Mason knock Cordina out, bro.
And this fight is selling even more. The prices went up actually. I think they opened up more sections in the gym because they weren't expecting this many people to buy tickets.
It's a better fight, bro. Nobody wanted to see Cordina. No disrespect to Abdullah Mason, but we just seen Abdullah Mason go tick for tack with the other white guy, Sam Noakes, right? I don't want to see that again, bro. I don't want to see it. I want to see him get in there with some smoke. He said he got the appetite for it, right?
Hey, niggas say a lot of things.
I'm just saying, man. You seem real understanding down there with your boys, man. Come on, Cleveland's very own. Talk to me, like, what we doing?
And isn't it like 3 hours away, Toledo?
Hold on, Abdullah Mason's from Houston. I mean, Abdullah Mason's from Houston now. Come on, BVO.
Don't do that. Don't do that, BVO.
Don't do that, brother.
Don't do that.
Hold on. He down there with
brother.
Come
on, we down there with you and Lil J, man.
Now you just threw everything down the drain with that comment.
They're doing a homecoming card. They got two of his brothers in the car. Don't do that.
Hey, Stormy.
And you bought a ticket. Hold
on. No, my wife.
Is that hold on? Nah, cause see, BVO think he real slick. He didn't ever answer my question. Is Abdullah Mason gonna step and smoke the Prince from Toledo? That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to know. Since you Cleveland's very own, talk to me, Cleveland.
Roll him up, man. You're gonna roll him up, man. All I say is this, and this is the thing, and you gotta forgive me. Y'all gotta remember that we not just up here talking to each other. I try to have fun so the audience can laugh. But at the end of the day, I just want to see Abdullah Mason in a real fight. I think Albert Bell will be good, but something tells me Albert Bell is more of an usher at the movie theater at this point than he is a great fighter. At this point.
Stormy, you hear this guy?
This is you disrespectful, bro. You don't disrespect. Don't disrespect Prince Bell like that, bro.
Hold on, 503. If I see Albert Bell, I would say, hey man, get me a Sprite, please. That's what I would say. I want a Sprite.
Don't do that, bro. If he come up in here and beat your boy, man, it's gonna be a lot of sad brothers out here on these YouTube streets, man. A lot of people gonna be upset, man.
You gotta remember, his dad is from Cleveland. He's from Houston down there with you. That's where he lives, bro. You are where you live at, bro. Stop that, man. Stop that, man.
Hey, man, don't get mad at me, man, because people want to migrate to the beautiful city of Houston, man. Don't get mad at me.
Pimp C said it best, man. Houston, that is my city. So ain't nothing better. Ain't nothing better than Houston. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yo, you're a funny guy, man.
Houston, the only place you can go get a doggone barbecue at the gas station, and it's better than anything have you been. So shout out to Buc-ee's, man. Only thing I will say, I went to Trill Burger, bought 5 sandwiches, $100, man. Shut the place, burn it down. $100 for 5 burgers, man. Burn it down. That's all I'll say, man.
Listen, guys, I'm gonna end it soon. Let everybody get their final words. But first things first, I think tomorrow's gonna be a good event for the sport. I'm rooting for that. I'm rooting. Obviously we're gonna have winners and losers, but I want everybody to win tomorrow because I just want to, I want to see greatness tomorrow. And I think Xander and Boots is gonna show greatness one way or the other. I think in a loss, somebody can even win, right? And I think the undercard is pretty good. The Emiliano and Bryce Mills, I'm with you, BVO. I think you're 1,000% right. If Emiliano didn't have, his father, he would not be in a co-main event. And I don't like this kid Bryce Mills because he got a knockout win he got a knockout victory with an elbow, and I've seen that clear, and that was against somebody I know. So and Aaron Aponte, and that was dirty. So, but I mean, Cedeno, Jaron Tucker, I think that's a good fight. We get to see Juanma Lopez's son again, So I'm for the card. I'm going to be there live. Hopefully I can report a little bit on it. And I'm picking Boots to win.
You gonna wear your Puerto Rican flag?
I'm gonna be wearing my Puerto Rican colors, but I'm picking Boots to win, but I'll be rooting for Xander in the fight. So
wow,
I'm not gonna give you a breakdown because it's just too much. But I like.
You going for the Moreno?
I'm going for Xander, bro. I'm just picking Boots to win. I think Boots is
the
better.
You picking the Moreno to win? What you saying?
This guy, man. Anyway, final closing thoughts.
Is that what you call it, Morenos?
Yo, closing thoughts. K-Rod, I'll let you lead off with the final thoughts. Turncoat Tommy is picking Boots, right? 503.
Hey man, I don't know if you're gonna pull out the red and white and blue for the UK, the red and white blue for the USA, or the red and white and blue for PR, man. I don't know what you, bro. And then some days you be around sock all the time.
I don't like
some
biased,
days you
man.
might.
I root for who I root for, but you're going to tell me gun to my head who you think is going to win. I'm going to tell you who I think is going to win.
That's why I love you, bro.
I'm not going to pick the guy that I'm rooting for just because I'm rooting for him. I can't do that.
Yeah, man.
You going with the blacks this time.
Some days you Dominican, some days you Puerto Rican, some days you turn into a white man. You be German.
I picked Dalton Smith to beat Matias.
Yeah, bro. I just don't know what you, bro. I don't know what you, man. And now you coming to Malcolm X Boulevard and 125th with the niggas, with the black guys. So I don't know, bro. I don't know what you. I don't know, Turncoat. That's why you Turncoat Tommy. We love you, man.
Turncoat Tommy. I'm gonna get a jersey that says Turncoat Tommy. But final thoughts, K-Rod. I think he jumped off, but whoever want to take us there, and then we'll follow up and close up the show. I got to go to sleep early today. I got to wake up tomorrow early. Got things to do. BVO got cut off, but 503, man. Give us your closing thoughts, bro.
Nah, this was a great discussion, man. I'm glad I was able to catch you live and get a chance to chop it up with some of the guys. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been doing great work over here on your platform. Keep up the good work. And y'all be sure to tune in, man. Usual Suspects Sunday. We'll be live at 3, right before the Sensei and Drew Titan come on. And we're just gonna be talking boxing, having fun, man. You know what I'm saying? This like I say, man, it's just boxing talk, man.
Are you gonna come out the house more? 503. We know you be hiding, playing only home games. You gonna start playing some more away games?
Yeah, man. I be talking to Tommy
outside, man.
Yeah,
Bring your black ass outside.
I be talking to Tommy behind the scenes, man. He be trying to get me to come to New York. Hey, BVR, I asked this guy about Brooklyn, man. He ain't had no answers for me, man. I say, Tommy, tell me something about Brooklyn. He say, oh, man, I can't tell you about Brooklyn, man. I be in the Bronx, man. I don't know, man. I'm like, man, you supposed to be from New York. You like, man, bro, Brooklyn is just a whole nother world.
It's a whole nother world. Just listen, when people ask me where I'm from, I say I'm from the Bronx. I don't say I'm from New York.
We went out to eat, man. I had fun with Tommy and ate a good meal. This chick gave a whole concert. Then Mickey Mouse came and sat by me, bro. I couldn't believe it. It was wild. It was wild, man.
He'll never live that down. When he came over last year for the Xander fight, me and my wife, we met up with him and his wife. We took them out to eat, and where the restaurant we took, it was a Spanish restaurant, Dominican spot. There was these girls, ladies, women, or whatever, celebrating their birthday, and they were singing karaoke. And that's why he says that they were giving us a whole concert. And then to top it off, after we finished eating, it was late at night. A mouse came up right beside him at the other table, bro. Unbelievable. So I have to live with that for the rest of my life. With this
hold on. You said like an actual rat?
Not a rat, a mouse. It was a little mouse, like a baby mouse, not a rat. Because the rats in New York is like 2 feet long, bro. It was a mouse, but I got to live with that for the rest of my life because, of course, it's got to happen when I take BVO.
What was this spot at? Was this in the Bronx?
It was in the Bronx.
It was in Spanish land. It was in Spanish land, bro. And then he tried to have a 7-foot Haitian take me and my wife home. It was crazy.
That mouse that came up, that was one that escaped from the kitchen. He was supposed to be in one of them pots.
Yeah, he got out. He escaped, man. But
Oh my God, I
but
can't.
I'll say this. I had a great time, and when he come here, because Cleveland got Puerto Rico land too on the west side. I'm a return the favor. I'm gonna take him somewhere dangerous and have a 7-foot Haitian take him home. That's what I'm gonna do.
Somewhere dangerous. This is crazy, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna be out in Cleveland in this next week. I'll be for the Mason fight. I'll be there, and I'll get to see Capping BBO capping some more in person. So, but yeah. But go ahead, Storm. You got anything to close us out?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you for having me on, man. It's been a pleasure chopping it up with you guys. You had very good conversation this evening, and we all look forward to the fights tomorrow. I expect at least one upset on that card tomorrow. I can't call it, but I can just kind of feel it in the air. It could be the Jahai Tucker fight. Hey, it could be Emiliano, or who knows? Because Emiliano struggled in that last fight he had.
Yep.
That guy, So, and then we still have, there's a chance with Whitaker and Popeye. What can happen there? And let me ask you this, guys: if Xander win the fight against Jaron, is that an upset? Because he's the champion.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, according to the odds, it would be an upset. Yeah.
According to the odds. Okay, let's remember this, because I remember when I was talking earlier about how Kurt used to talk about the intangibles, right? If he wins, remember, he accepted the fight. He stepped up to the plate right away. This is his first defense of his unified title and everything. So if he wins, I don't think that's an upset.
Yeah, I can definitely see that, because like being the unified champion, and you've already put some work in, like you beating, like a guy moving up from another weight class, like in this particular situation, that that really wouldn't be the particular upset.
Well, no, it's the whole point that he went to the fight in an era where we see guys avoiding. We see guys taking different routes, alternate routes, faking like they want to do something and then doing something else. There's a lot going on in the sport today, so it has to be respected when someone who clamors and wants it and goes for it. Now, he could go in there and get blown out by Jaron. It could happen, because we know Jaron's talent. But I'm just saying, I want you guys to think about that for a moment, that remember, Riddick Bowe used to have this phrase he would say, you're never too old for your wants to hurt you. Xander wanted this. He wanted it. So, but thank you guys for letting me, share the platform with you. It's been a blast. I've had a good time. Like to do that again. But I hope everybody is able to enjoy tomorrow, whichever the outcomes are for whatever you're supporting. So I look forward to it.
Thank you, Stormy.
I'll just say this one thing, man. Walking along, singing a song, walking into Whitaker Wonderland. There's only one Ben Whitaker. I can't wait to see him tomorrow, man.
Yo,
Welcome
you're the
to
worst.
America.
I swear to God.
New Roy Jones Jr. Can't wait to see him in the ring, man. Shoot the TD Sports, man. And as I always say, man, free Larry Hoover, man. And we out here.
Hey, pastrami on ride, boy.
Go ahead, man. Give us your final thoughts, Marky Dan.
Well, I'll just be brief. Shout out to Chop Cheesy, aka pastrami on ride, boy Tom. Great guy, great streams as always. I got Boots Ennis beating Xander Zayas to death. I think it's gonna be nasty. I think it's gonna be beautiful. Now, I'm not saying Xander ain't gonna have his moments, but I just think Boots Ennis, eventually he's gonna start breaking Boy down. I think Boots has improved since that Karen fight. So if Xander want to stay on the outside, Boots' footwork has become more intelligent. He's gonna take that step to the side. He's going to cut off the ring. He's not going to be lunging forward in straight lines, just relying on athleticism. And I mean, from the inside info I've been hearing from Chop Cheesy, aka Chop Cheese Tom, it sounds like Xander might have had a bit of a rough weight cut. So that just adds to my belief that the gas tank is not going to be there. Wouldn't be surprised if Boots stopped him to the body somewhere around 8 to 10. That's my thoughts on it. And shout out to Chop Cheesy once again. Yeah. Shout out to Bodega Boy Tom.
Jesus Christ. Thank you, Marky Dan. I appreciate everybody, man. I don't know if K-Rod, did you get your final thought?
No, I didn't.
Go ahead, Fred K-Rod. My bad. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah. Personally, with me, my final thoughts is that I think Xander, he's going to shine for this particular fight. I think a lot of people are trying to overlook Xander to make it seem like he didn't really, develop to really, to really be in this particular position to fight Boots. And I think a lot of people just give Boots way too much credit for skills that, he didn't really earn. And I think I want to say the measurement of the development of your fundamental skill set is important. And I think when it comes to Boots, he should have been the one elevating his skill set a long time ago. And, I give credit to Xander for taking this fight because he knows Jaron Ennis has been vulnerable. And therefore, he hasn't been put in a position where he's been uncomfortable. And I think this will be the fight where a lot of people will just think that this is like a young guy going up against the older guy, and therefore everybody will say, oh, well, he's just too green. He's this, he's that. It's very similar to what people said about Canelo when he fought Floyd Mayweather, where they said, oh, Canelo's too green, he's too young, and Floyd is much older, and Floyd dominated Canelo, and Floyd, he really just used his high level ring IQ just to put himself in a position to be successful. And therefore, he just dominated Canelo. And honestly, he could have been close. He could have been close to knocking out Canelo too. But either way, Floyd Mayweather is just gifted at what he did because he had the high level ring IQ to put himself in that position to be stylistically better. But I think that's what people are doing to Xander to try to paint him to say, oh well, he could be in that same particular motion like Canelo, where he's already accomplished with 2 belts, and therefore people are trying to downgrade him to make it seem like he's not really good yet. So therefore they're just trying to degrade him, but they're trying to make it seem like he could still be good, but he has certain deficiencies that people want to just be biased for. So I think that's really not to be the case. I think Xander, he's moving the way that any top level fighter should. And I think if anything, this will be the fight to show that, for fights like this, he will rise up to the occasion to be the best version of himself. And I think it's going to show tomorrow night. So I got Xander beating Boots by unanimous decision. I think Boots is going to try to be very overtly aggressive. He's never said throughout this whole build up that he's going to outbox Xander. He's going to beat him on the cards. He's only been saying that he's going to knock out Xander, but yet he's not really utilizing any knowledge to say that he's going to use any fundamentals to beat him. So I think that's just a sign to just show that Boots is just weighing too much on trying to get knockouts because he's too enamored to try to make himself look good for the fans. And I think that's a recipe for disaster. I think Xander, he's going to come in there and, once he analyzes the weaknesses out of Boots, I think it's going to show tomorrow night. So, yeah, I hope that could be the fight, to be shown. And I think, it's going to be very entertaining. And I think this is going to be a very telling fight.
Okay. That's a great take. I appreciate that, man. I could definitely see that happening, although I don't have it going that way. But I hope you're right because, like I said, I'm rooting for Xander. I just don't think Xander wins. Salute to my guy, man. Ohio.
But if Xander does win, if he wins,
I'll be celebrating because I'll be in the building.
But will you take those words back to say?
I will definitely take those words back.
Okay, because of the Puerto Rican community, they're gonna be like, oh wait, oh who's this guy? TD. Oh wait, like he said this like about Xander like a few weeks back.
That's so funny, man.
That's what I'm gonna be saying coming back.
I'll get roasted. I'll be happy to get roasted and get criticized on Sunday. But my guy, Ohio's runs boxing. What's good, bro? Yo, I'm gonna be in the building next week.
You gonna be in Cleveland for this?
Yeah, I already got credentials and everything. I'll be at the presser. I'll be at everything, man. I'm there.
I can't wait for that fight.
You must have got your credentials today.
Yeah. The emails came in today.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Are you gonna? Did you apply?
Yeah, that's how I know you got it today.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't know. I want to make sure. So that's what's up. So I'll see you definitely Thursday, man. How you been?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. It's crazy, man, to watch all that unfold. I was on the phone with both parties, man, as this thing was unfolding. So it's crazy. This ain't nothing new. Ohio, we have our legendary fights where we fight each other, but this time it's for a world title. We had Adrian Broner and Sean Porter fight each other. They were familiar with each other, sparring. And even in that fight, when you think about Broner and Sean, Broner never was himself. And not saying that the fight would have changed, but he had so much respect for Sean. If y'all even go back and think about it, he didn't even disrespect Sean in the press conference. You know who he went after? Kenny.
The father, yeah.
He went after Kenny.
Yep.
And it just shows the level of respect he has for Sean, but he had to still try to play the villain role. But you can tell it was he didn't let his hands go, and he didn't fight like he normally would. And I think it's because of the relationship he had with Sean. And I wonder if this fight is going to be a little similar to that, going into this fight where they got so much respect. I had posted Albert Bell finally responding on the fight. He tagged me and stuff into it. And, he tagged a lot of people don't know Albert Bell signed a 4-fight deal with PBC. So I think, he's going to be in a 2-fight deal with Top Rank. If he beats Abdullah, then he has to fight. His next fight has to be on Top Rank.
Okay.
So, wow. So I don't know if that's part of the rematch clause or not, but yeah. So he has the 2-fight deal, but they tripled his offer that what he was making. I guess Andy Cruz. He couldn't turn that down.
That's good. That's what's up. Let me ask you a question because we had BVO up here. I don't know if you saw him. We were trying to tell him like this is a much better fight than him fighting Cordina, and he's up there like, oh, he's gonna beat Albert Bell to whatever, man. What do you think about that?
I think guys like BVO, man, you love to have, man, on the panel because what they do is they elevate Albert more than where he's at. I think Albert is definitely good. But if you downing him that bad, then you gonna have to elevate him higher than what we already were saying. We think I think it's a good matchup. Yeah. I think based on the styles, I don't like it for Abdullah for one reason. It's because Abdullah is fighting at home. Abdullah is trying to please the fans. Abdullah is an action-packed guy, great combination, great speed. He's fighting a guy who's coming in with a chip on his shoulder. See, Albert knows how to use distance and range. He can stand there and still not be there. That's what BVO don't understand. Albert Bell will sweep if it's a banger, then yes, Abdullah is winning that fight if it's a banger. If it's a chess match and Albert is trying to find his range and trying to land the big shot on Albert, which I think that's going to be the wrong game plan, it's going to be a pick on. He's going to pick Abdullah apart. I wouldn't even be surprised if a flash knockdown happened because Abdullah over pursuing. And I don't think he has the experience in his corner where his dad is going to be able to to get him to that target if he's down on the cards. Because, you know, some people say with guys who never train, who never box before, you know, that sometimes they get a little emotional where there's no more instructions. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It goes, oh, come on. Come on, dig deep. Yeah, come on, we at home. And there's no instructions to get to the target. Now it's frustration. Uh, so that's the thing with me. I think that could actually play a big part if it goes that way. But if Abdullah is able to touch on Albert and ain't even got to land on a big shot, and the fans is having the way they screaming, then he can win a fight where he's not landing clean shots. The fans is helping him, the judges is helping him because he at home, and he can win on that. But I guarantee you it's gonna go the distance. But I think BBO is gonna be really, really shocked how skillful Albert is and at avoiding big shots, because that's another thing. My boy Abdullah, love him, but he's batting 100. What do I mean by that? Every shot is hard. It's no setup. It's ah 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 ah. He's coming. He's young. He's trying to get the knockout. That gives Albert Bell ability to see the shots because he's trying to load up. He's never trying to mix up or change his gear. That's the problem when you're fighting a guy that's still green in youth. You can get him on that because he's got 17 KOs. I'll give y'all 2 fights so y'all can see where I'm talking about, that this fight can play out. Abdullah is still the favorite, but it can play out like a Sindor Martin against Teofimo. Remember that night? Heisman. He's fighting in his backyard. Sindor dropped him twice. They didn't name one, but Sindor, they were flash knockdowns. He's not known to be a puncher. I'm just hitting you with check hooks as you come in because you want the knockout. You want the show. I'll give you another one. Danny Garcia in Puerto Rico on Showtime. They giving him a big home time. They try to make him this big Puerto Rican star against a low KO ratio Mauricio Herrera.
Yeah, Mauricio.
Mauricio Herrera. Yeah, I remember that.
All I'm doing is giving y'all a visual of what this fight can be. Mauricio Herrera, he got no punching power. He was cooking Danny. Danny had 16 KOs, 27-0, Ring Magazine, WBC. You can put all that on there, but when it comes to skill set and what they never fought against, they got to go through that experience. Abdullah had 3 sparring sessions with Albert Bell, and I remember asking him and his dad about the sparring section, and the one word that stood out to me was awkward.
Yeah. Wow.
So 3 sessions, one word, awkward. Think he's a great fighter. They gave him up and start, but it was awkward. They didn't give me too much about it, too much more detail, but they downplayed it. But it was respect, because I know when I talk to them about different sparring sessions, it's different energy, and they tell me about a lot of different sparring stories. But that right there spoke volumes. I talked to Elijah Pierce, who sparred Albert, Devin. A lot of them have high praise for Albert. Albert is the guy, is the guy that didn't get pushed because they can use his style and say it's boring. I mean, if you go look at what he be, I think Vanez. I don't want to mess his name up. He was 22-0 for top rank. Vanez, I don't know if it was Vanez, Vance, but he was 22-0. I mean, he swept him. The fight wasn't even as entertaining. That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah,
I think
Vences or something like that. Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, it's Vences or something like
that.
Yeah,
Andy Vences.
Yeah.
Andy Vences. And shout out to him for even giving Albert an opportunity to fight as he was undefeated. But he won so easily. And I'm actually going to make a post tomorrow showing Brad Goodman name the guys he offered the fight to Albert Bell when he was signed to Top Rank. Shakur turned it down. Jamel Herring turned it down. Neverate turned it down. That's why they released him. And here's my thing. Just because they turn it down don't mean they're scared of him. They're just going to lose. No, you fight the fight. But you didn't give him the opportunity. And that's the problem. Albert Bell got kicked out, cut, because nobody was fighting him. So it's kind of messed up in that way. And Brad Goodman said there's only so much they can do. But that's the politics, because now y'all got what's his name? At 130, at 6'1". What's his name? He's a champion. He's like
Oh,
6.
at 126 he is. You talking about
Oh,
Espinoza?
yeah,
Espinosa.
Raphael.
Espinoza, yeah, he's a featherweight.
Espinosa. Espinosa, a freak of nature. Albert couldn't get the opportunities because he was 6'1", 7'3" reach, can still box. You know what I mean? Hard to hit up top, but they pick and choose who to give these opportunities to. So he's fighting against, going next week. It was about Abdullah. It was about the kid from Cleveland. Statistics people don't even know. It's been 105 years since Cleveland had a world champion defend their title in their backyard.
That's crazy.
1921, Johnny Kilbane. It was about Abdullah, and now it turned to a Albert Bale getting the opportunity. Now the story, and I'm pretty much putting it out there this way, the story is Albert getting this opportunity because he's fighting against the politics. It's not really Albert. It's not really Abdullah. It's the politics. I'm getting what y'all stole from me 4 years ago, 3 years ago. I was the WBO mandatory. I was in the #1 spot, and y'all
at 130.
At 130, y'all took that from me and said because I couldn't get a fight.
Crazy. Wow.
I couldn't get a fight. Y'all took that from me, and I kept grinding. And my mother passed.
Wow.
During that time. She didn't get a chance to see me fight for a world title. Y'all took this is the wrong person to be trying to fight with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah.
And it's gonna, I think the ticket sales has even increased even more because of this. The price has gone up. I bought my ticket, so I got the credential, but I always buy tickets. So I bought ringside.
Me too.
Just throw it out there. It was like $200 when I got mine. Those same seats, I saw like a few extras out there, are like $1,000 now. The prices has went up for the same seats. I'm thinking about, since I got a credential, I might as well just sell my seat. But I'm not going to do that though. But it's crazy, and I believe they opened up more sections. There weren't sections available to buy there. I think they did like almost half the arena. I think it was, but like it wasn't.
I'm going not to cut you off. I wasn't tripping because I thought that's what it looked like. I was calling people. It looked like it was only half of the arena.
Yeah, and they opened up a little of some more sections on the left. If I'm not mistaken, if I visualize it, the right side, the right half, and then there's a ring side and the left side, and then they just open up a couple more sections behind that ring side on the left side. So the whole left side wasn't really for sale.
Yeah,
when I first went on that.
I know I wasn't tripping. I seen that. I'm glad you broke that down because I thought I was tripping. I'm like, it's not a full arena. They doing half.
Yeah, so like Abdullah's really not like actually selling out. He's only getting like basically like at least maybe like less than 50% of that actual arena, right?
Yeah,
but it still would count as a sellout because it's what's available. But because more people are more interested, it's actually been doing a lot better. Like they opened up more sections. I mean, it's only 6 fights in the card. Shushu's on the card. That's another reason why I'm going. But
6 fights.
Yeah, it's only 6 fights, and 2 of them is Abdullah's brothers are fighting.
Yeah,
wow, that's actually kind of like bad, but it's actually not like too terrible because it's like Abdullah, he's just like coming into his, I guess, career, but like ideally speaking, like if you're gonna have like a good homecoming card, you should at least try to sell it out as much as possible, but don't try to like give it like a gigantic like arena. Maybe maximum like 10,000 people.
I think, and that's why they picked the Wolfstein Center, though. I thought that was my concern was where he was going to place it, where he was going to fight, because Abdullah is a great kid, but he's not the Adrian Broner, the controversy type of guy, gold mouth, gold chain. He's a great kid, and sometimes that's hard to sell to people who wants to see a more hood version, as I may say, but
or more like arrogant persona, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So I want him to be the first one that actually can kill that stereotype where you can be a great kid and a superstar. You don't have to be,
educated. Yeah.
He's both of them are great guys.
Have a foundation.
Absolutely. So that's the thing. So I think this fight is gonna sell definitely. Toledo versus Ohio. Toledo crowd comes. They definitely come. I remember them going to PA when Robert Easter fought for the vacant IBF belt against Richard Coleman, and people thought that fight was in Toledo. It was actually in PA. That's how deep they were when he celebrated. So
Yeah,
it's
I
going to
think
be great.
yeah, like I think honestly, just as far as like the Ohio sports population, I think Ohio is really big into, their athlete talent overall.
Hmm.
Especially especially when it comes to football, basketball, and like possibly even baseball too. I think honestly, when it comes to just that particular crowd where Abdullah's from, I think it would have been a lot more stronger for him to at least get that crowd like a lot sooner, um, and therefore that the fan base would definitely grow like a lot stronger. I was about to say, as far as this particular fight venue. Could it have been possible to try to maybe like have this fight maybe at I want to say bigger known venues, maybe like a college university, like
It is.
let's just
It's
say
in a
like Ohio
college.
State.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying is the big that I actually thought that was bigger, little bigger than I was expecting. That holds about 13, 14,000.
Oh,
The
okay, nice.
Yeah, now the Rock, what is it? The Cleveland Cavaliers play at. I think the Rock
Oh yeah,
Fieldhouse,
that's the
Fieldhouse, Rock Field. I don't want to mess it up, but that holds over 21 to 22,000. So they didn't do that. Montana tried to do that. He didn't sell out. Jake Paul sold out in Cleveland, but Montana didn't sell out. Uh,
And they probably
but yeah.
save money too by doing it in Cleveland State
Oh,
in the
absolutely. You got to
university.
put
They saved a lot of money, and they got it's a nice big venue, you know.
absolutely.
So I mean, so they probably got a good bang for their buck, and they're selling tickets. They're getting good turnout. So
Yeah.
yeah. I was gonna
and
say
they made
why
the
not?
tickets. They made the tickets affordable, except for now where they kind of went up a little bit. But so I think that's another reason why they did it there. So.
Hey,
Yeah, like I
Palmer,
was gonna
what's
say like
good,
why not?
Palmer?
Sock, what's good, bro? It's nice of you to actually join us. I was actually closing the show, and then Ohio Runs Boxing comes on, and
Hey,
he gives you an extension. So what's going on?
how's it going? I've followed Ohio's page for a couple of years now. I put some good stuff. So salute to everybody in the panel. I'm driving, so you know, don't shout me out. I'm using my phone while I'm driving in New York City. But I'm 2 blocks away from the crib. So
Okay.
I mean, you guys have been on for 2.5 hours, so I'm assuming you guys broke down tomorrow's fight. What is the consensus as far as who's picking whom? I know that Vegas, as of earlier this morning, Boots was like a 5-1 favorite. Is that still the
Yeah,
same?
yeah.
Okay.
The consensus on the panel is favoring Boots, but not as heavy as maybe like the odds as you would think. There were a few people that picking Xander. So K Rod up here is one of them, and I believe there were like two other people that were picking Xander for the fight. So
Yeah,
it was
I got Boots still, but I think it's going to be a competitive. I ain't going to even say I think it's going to be I want it to be a competitive fight. I want
yeah,
to see Boots go into deep waters. I want to see Zayas really gain confidence in his fight because there's nothing worse than a fighter stepping up and looking like he don't belong, and
yeah.
it kills the confidence of that fighter. So I'm rooting for him. I'm definitely rooting for him to really, because you can lose a fight and still win it by you
That's
performing.
exactly what I said, bro. I've
Yep.
been saying that. I said I want to see a fight where everybody wins. I know
Yes,
it's not possible, but even a guy win in a loss. And I
'cause-
said this has the capability of doing that, and that's what I want to see. Even if he was to get stopped, but look good and competitive, you still win. You know what I'm
I'm
saying? Like either guy. You know what I'm saying? So
When do you
I'm
think?
glad you said that because I definitely been saying that.
hmm
All this week. You know what I mean?
So
But
okay, so
Sock,
when do you think the last time that happened? That a guy, because you're right. It's just like how you win matters, right? And how you lose matters, right? So when do you think the last time we saw something like that the guy's stock doesn't necessarily drop, because the one knock on boxing is that, like, the one knock on boxing is like, oh, like MMA, UFC, like, we don't care about the records in the UFC, which is true, right? Guys you see main eventing UFC shows and they have 10 losses. But when's the last time that doesn't necessarily translate in boxing?
I think it does. It depends on who it is. I get what you're saying. I'm gonna answer that for you.
When's the last time in a big fight? The one fight.
I'm gonna give you one.
I can remember. I'm gonna give you two from my since I brought it up.
Bivol
As a kid. Wait,
can you guys hear each other? Hold on.
You've been on for 2 hours, bro. Yeah.
No, Ohio just got on. He hasn't been on 2 hours.
I'm fucking with you. Ironically, the one fight that stands out to me was an Ohio native. As a kid, Arguello and Mancini. Arguello made Mancini a star in a losing effort. That's one. And later on, as a young adult, I remember Vargas and Trinidad. Vargas really didn't lose any stock because of the way he went out. So those are the two that somehow, I don't know if it's the bourbon talking, but those are the two that popped up into my mind. Go ahead. Anybody?
Oh, yeah, Bivol. I say Bivol beating Canelo. Canelo stock never dropped when he lost to Bivol. I'm gonna give you Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner is another guy that was able to still sell out arenas, and it seemed like people were still calling him out when he had 1 and 2 losses. It never changed. His stock really didn't drop at that time until he started aging, and he wasn't winning as consistently. But he didn't drop. Even you can go farther. You're talking about recently, but I've always said you can beat certain guys who has an aura about them that you just can't take from them because of how they were built. Mike Tyson can't beat Holyfield, but people love Mike Tyson way more than Holyfield. They were Harvard, for some odd reason, don't even get mentioned over Roy Jones when it comes to all-time greats. But he owned Roy Jones. You get what I'm saying? So sometimes how you build them, it's hard to take from. Errol Spence got beat half to death by Terrence Crawford, and I guarantee you, if he would have fought 6 months later, he would have sold out Texas Stadium. Period.
Somebody just asked this guy.
It's funny that you mentioned Errol Spence, because that's how I see Ennis like. Because Jaron Ennis has not fought a fight yet that you feel that he's got a chance to lose. Like, every fight that he's been in, he's expected to do what he's done. So I think their careers are very parallel to each other. So, and the same thing with Xander. So this is, I mean, I don't want to say it's the first step up fight for both guys, but it kind of is. It's like, this is the first fight that you can make a case for the other guy being, getting a shot, despite the 5-1. Now, Jaron Ennis is 28 years old. So if you look at it
tomorrow, I think the fight is the day of his birthday or the day after. So.
I don't know if you guys touched upon this, but I'm of the belief that the star in boxing is important. Who do you think would benefit the business side of boxing winning? I think it's no brainer. I think Xander winning is much better for boxing than Jaron Ennis winning.
That's a great question.
Yeah, I think so.
Great question. You know what? I didn't even think about that until you said that. What is better for boxing in that situation? You are absolutely right. I think some people go against root for the underdog. I may say, root for the underdog, because sometimes the great skillful fighter sometimes looks invincible, and people want to see him go through adversity that they never seen him, because that's how you win people's respect. Even if you lose, they want to see how do you react when you get cut? How do you react when you get dropped? That's how we tell if you're a real fighter.
It's like anything. It's the Greek tragedy, right? How you overcome something. That's why Arturo Gatti is beloved to this day, and that's why he's a Hall of Famer, despite smart people thinking that he's not.
It's
how you fight.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, like, you know, like as long as you're putting in like the work to better, you know, like your skill, and despite, you know, you might not beating like all the top tier guys, at least people will give you the credibility to be like, okay, like this guy may not be the best, but at least, you know, he beats some guys, you know, at this particular level. Like I'll use like Sean Porter as a great example. Like he fought everybody, but yet his top tier names are still there, but yet he hasn't beat most guys, you know, in the division, you know, at 147. So it's like Deshaun Porter be like basically based off of the like the criteria of like what values, you know, like a fighter to be great, you know, like would you say Sean Porter is like a bum, or is he just like a good battle tested, you know, veteran that's actually
Well,
good enough to?
I think you got to look at it from a perspective of what was his big fights, because if any time a fighter is fighting for a world title, that would be considered a big fight in my opinion, right?
Yeah.
The first world, Devin Alexander was a big fight of his career. Devin Alexander was a good fighter. He beat him.
Yeah.
Ugas, he beat him. Danny Garcia, he beat him. You got Parley and you got Berto. Now, when he lost to Terrence Crawford, he was the only one that was up on the cards against Terrence Crawford. When you think about it in his career, he got stopped. Keith Thurman, great fight. Earl Spence, classic fight. He's been in every fight he's been in a competitive fight, except for Kell Brook. I felt like that was more of a clinch. Kell Brook still won that fight in my opinion, but a lot of people
Kell Brook beat him.
yeah, a lot of people wouldn't pick Kell Brook to beat him in the rematch after we seen him fight Earl. But I think he's elite. Even back when you look at his amateur pedigree, he fought Demetrius Andrade in the amateurs, beat him. Danny Jacobs in the amateurs, beat him. Usyk beat him. Jesse Hart beat him. Rodriguez, he has a deep resume when it comes to the state of Ohio. I think he has the deepest resume out of everybody from the state. And I think it's about competition. If people don't think you're elite, when you step up against an elite guy, you're supposed to get cooked. And that wasn't the story with Sean.
Yeah. Yeah, like I was just having to just put that out there to say like as far as like being like considered like a great fighter, um I think some bias, you know, boxing fans like to like give fighters, you know, way too much expectations, you know, to say that, you know, you have to be super perfect within your career. So therefore, you know, if you lose to some good upper echelon guys, to some casuals they'll say, well, like, you know, like you're not really that good because, you know, like you didn't beat this guy, but you like beat some other guys that weren't really considered great, but they had some particular success as being like a world champion, right?
Mm-hmm. No, I hear what you're saying. I definitely see that. Yeah, people do that all the time.
Yeah. But that's why that I do respect a guy like Sean Porter, because I think that should be the model for you to be a great fighter. As long as you're, you know, elevating your competition from, you know, any division that you campaign at, that's a good way to like put yourself, you know, in position to get your career recognition. And I think, you know, for today's, you know, era, not a lot of guys want to do that because, you know, they're too afraid to lose, or they're like, you know, they just don't want to like, you know, basically risk their I want to say their notoriety based off of like how their fans try to view them.
What's good, Cam? My boy Cam in the chat. Shoot up.
Man, Cam J. Salute everybody in the chat. Still rocking. We were gonna sign off, but we had two late bodies come in.
Yeah, man, I ain't want to keep y'all. I hope I ain't.
But,
Yeah, I'm gonna drag this shit.
I'm gonna close it out because I'm tired and I gotta get up early. But Sock and then Ohio, because I don't think Ohio, you gave us your take on the fight. I think you did, but you could do it again. But Sock, you haven't. Give me your take on the fight tomorrow. Who do you think wins and why?
I think it's going to be a good fight. I think people that are selling Xander short, you know, but it's going to be the first time that, you know, he's in a real fight. Let's face it. I mean, like I said before, you know, every fight he's been expected to win. There's been talks that that he's having trouble with the weight. That regardless, that he's going to move up in weight, which I think is maybe a little premature. regardless of what happens tomorrow. Nerves and the human element is important in boxing. So who's going to be the guy that? A lot of times in these big fights, they end up being disappointments, right? It's a lot of jockeying and a lot of strategy and guys that who's going to be the guy that takes the lead. I think Jaron Ennis may be a little too confident. I wouldn't be shocked if he gets caught and dropped early in the fight, because he does make mistakes. It's going to be interesting to see how Xander handles Ennis's power, but I don't think Ennis has fought someone as fast as Xander, at least hand speed wise. I think the one advantage that Jaron has, two big advantages. I'm sorry. I think his man strength, which is very important, and his footwork. I think his footwork is a little bit more polished. Gun to my head, I pick Ennis, but I'm rooting for Xander because I think it's the best for the boxing. I think Xander has that crossover appeal. I think Ennis, has as far as being a star, and boxing needs stars. Canelo's on the way out. Terence Crawford decide, he's gone. Who is the next star? Who's the guy who's going to sell tickets? I think Xander's that type of guy. It's a shame that Virgil Ortiz and the BS that happened, that we didn't get Virgil in boots, which would have been a bigger fight on the national level, But I think Ennis wins, but I'm rooting for Xander.
Okay.
I'm rooting for the underdog, but I think Boots is gonna win. But I wouldn't be surprised if Zayas if he can actually, walk Boots into some shots where he's able to counter him and his aggression and slow him down. I would love to see that because I want to see the adjustments Boots make, because you got to think about it. This guy is 35-0 with, I think he has 31 KOs. A lot of them start believing in the hype of themselves and their power, and they start fighting like it, and they eventually get caught, and they eventually get caught, and that's one of my concerns going into the next week's fight with Abdullah, being an action-packed fighter himself and explosive. You can get walked into some shots because you trying to be over aggressive, and I think Boots has that mindset. And I agree with you what you just said when it comes to the next superstar. It's going to be hard for Boots to be a superstar, even if he's winning and knockout. He doesn't talk enough. He doesn't even do media as much. So, the Zayas is a perfect, we need the Puerto Rican. I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's just the truth. If we want the sport to thrive, Zayas got to be the one that, bring it to him. And let's say it's a rematch. Let's say it's a controversy decision. Oh my goodness. I'm only not going to this fight because I'm heading to Cleveland. That's the only reason why I'm picking the Cleveland fight. I'm right down the street from that fight. So that's the only reason why I'm not going. But I wanted to go to New York to see this because I don't think it's going to be a one-sided fight like people are making it.
Yeah. I agree with you, man. I think it's gonna be a good fight. I really do. But I wouldn't be surprised if the first 3 or 4 rounds were like waiting for something to happen. 5 rounds, and who's gonna take the lead? So
nice. I appreciate everybody coming up and talking. Good boxing talk. We had good conversation today. Let's go Xander. Even though I'm picking Boots to win, but I'm rooting for Xander. I'll be in the building tomorrow. And listen, we had a good conversation today. We talked about the card tomorrow, and I totally forgot to mention the Zuffa card Sunday. That's going to be a really good card. I like the card. I like the fights in that. I like Kane Sandoval against Brandon Lee. I think that's a really good fight. Obviously the main event, De Los Santos and Rayo. That's going to be a good fight. That's going to be an exciting card. So we got some good fights this weekend. So this is going to be a good weekend of boxing. So, and then to follow it up next week, I'll be in Cleveland next week for, see my guy Shushu. He was Sock's guy first, but Sock introduced me to Shushu, so now he's my guy. You know what I'm saying? And, and then I'll never forget, Sock introduced me to Shushu personally, and that was at the Tio fight, I believe, Tio versus the Josh Taylor fight. I think that's where we met. That's when I met Shushu because he was on the undercard. So. But appreciate you guys. This was good. Appreciate everybody in the chat. You guys have been great. Some of you have been really funny. My man FaZe is hilarious. Salute to everybody. Shower, everybody that came through. This was a great show tonight. Great, good boxing talk. Salute to my guy BVO, who's making everybody laugh today. And I appreciate Stormy 503, Truth, and a few other guys that came up. Apologize to forget you. My man K-Rod. And finally, my best friend in the whole wide world shows up. My man Socrates Palmer in the building. I appreciate it. It's late now in the Bronx. Sock is sleepy. Look at his eyes. He's about to close his eyes, go to sleep. So yeah. So anyway, you guys have a good one. I'm going to close the show. Good night, everybody, and enjoy the fights this weekend.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Peace.